there you just move like one direction. And then the other one is basically like your arrow keys, like just turn and up and down.
Yeah, I don't think I ever tried to fly it, but I remember somebody being like, "Oh, this thing fucking sucks. It's so hard and difficult." And I was just like, is it difficult or is it just different than what you're used to?
Probably that.
Hi, Feet Chan. What is that? Is that an eye patch? What? Huh. I lost one. This thing fucking sucks. You talking about me again? No. There is, we're in a space map. There is a, like, lunar lander. Oh, it's not really a lunar lander. It's kind of like a space taxi. Which... in the past when I've been here, people have described it as being difficult to control. And Ryan just was flying around it, and he was like, no, this thing's easy. It's the Rock Zoo.
There you are.
I feel like I don't know how to get a good stretch out of knee lifts. Like, I feel like the first one is, like, good. It does, like, a pop. And then after that, I'm just like, am I getting anything from this? But this is what they have you do in a Ring Fit. It's the Rock Zoomin'?
Yolanda's a nerd.
Hi, Core. Do you remember how to get up here?
Turn around. Oh no, wait.
Lunges. Ooh.
I was gonna fly the ship up here.
Oh.
You can still fly the ship if you want.
Apparently, according to Yulan, some people said it's difficult to fly.
Yeah, I was with Core when people were like, this thing sucks. I don't remember who it was.
Wow.
We're friends.
Yum yum. Yum 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 yum. Right here.
I can't believe we get to see Core for a little bit before she disappears forever again. I thought last night was my last farewell. Before she's gone forever. She's gonna be gone for 3 days. But in internet time, it'll be like 3 months. She's gonna forget about all of us in that time. I don't know where I'm going with this. Hi, Logitech. Not Poggers. Hi, Riddle. This first, dang it. I had such a bad death in Satisfactory yesterday, Logitech. I was in that cave in the desert. The one with all the quartz and spiders. I went in the north. Got a bunch of Samor.
I'm trying to grab your hair.
Got a bunch of quartz. Got a bunch of spiders, stinger parts. Got a Somer sloop, a few Mercer spheres. And I was like, I came in the north cave. I should leave the west cave because there will be, more goodies to find that way. But it was full of poison. I was like, that's okay. I'll just run through the poison, eating stuff so I don't die. It's, I'll probably have to go through like 10 barrel nuts. They're fucking everywhere. I went through 25 barrel nuts. I ran out of my nuts. And then the cave was blocked by rocks. It was sealed off. And to go in this entrance, you were supposed to bomb it. And so now I'm stuck between rocks and poison gas. And I'm just like, oh fuck. I don't have any healing. I don't have bombs to get out. I'm just fucking boned here. So I died in the poison, and I had to go back and get my body, and it was just like, man, this fucking sucks. First death of the run. Good morning, Ewan. My meat-filled crepe. Okay, how does a crepe be meat-filled? Because my understanding is that crepes were, like, really, really thin. How do you, like, fill that? Would it just be, like...
I mean, you can use ham and cheese.
Well, like, would that
It's
just
good.
be on the crepe, and then you, like, wrap it like a burrito around it, or...?
I mean, people fill delicate things with meat all the time.
Haha. Yes. But I'm just wondering, like...
Of course, delicate. Gotcha.
I'm just wondering how a crepe has anything in it. Because it's like, my understanding is it's a thin pancake. So how does stuff go in it?
Well, you fold it
Okay.
with stuff in it.
Yeah, you fold it.
Okay. Well, I was just like... Hi, Elder. That's what I was confused on. Hey, Corno. We're at Cami Stretch.
Where is this video?
Want me to try it out with you, Ewan? Sure. Go make crepes and show me pictures of the Discord.
I'll make you some crepes, Euland.
Will I like them?
They're crepes. You want me to meat fill them?
I don't know. I just don't know if, like, what makes a crepe different from a pancake.
Wait, you don't?
I don't. I've never had crepes before. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Alright, someone needs to
2,
make a crepe
3,
and, like,
4.
throw it at Euland.
Just
Like
throw
a
it at me.
frisbee.
Also, yeah, you can try it at home, make crepe and fill with beans, sadly. I'll have you all know, I learned how to make a new food yesterday. I made hard-boiled eggs, and I've eaten 10 of the 12 of them already. 3,
Damn.
4. They came out perfect. And I was like, guys, I learned how to cook a new thing. It's healthy, and you guys should praise me. And Cairo was like, holy shit, dude. You boiled water. You want praise for, wow, good job, you. And I was like, you'd have to make me feel bad about it. Hi, Cairo.
I mean, the best way to cook eggs is like where the yolk is like still somewhat like liquidy.
I have always loved
Like-
hard-boiled eggs.
Hmm.
Hard-boiled and scrambled would be my 2 favorite ways. Grape with egg salad. I don't know if I've ever had soft-boiled or... Oh, shit, what's the, like... I'd say, like, the most common way where it's, like... I guess it's just cracked open on a pan and let to sit for a while. What is that called? Where it's got the white and then the yellow orb. If there's like a...
Well, in German, we call that Spiegelei. I think what you're looking for is just fried egg.
Okay.
I guess.
Fried egg. I'm thinking of like...
Or...
If you see an icon for eggs in a game... Sunny side up sounds right. If you see an icon for eggs in a game, like that's what they portray.
Yeah.
Hi, Nick. Hi, Star.
FKJ, that's what this is.
Sunny side up? Yeah. Great, now I'm craving eggs. How are you, Ewan? I'm good. I want a nap already. I took my parents to the airport this morning. I had to wake up at fucking 6. Well, I had to wake up at 6:30. I woke up at 6. Because my dad is just a loud
I found the
person.
video!
Wait, no.
Oh?
This isn't it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't have some boiled eggs or runny yolk. I have some chicken, so food poisoning is 100%. I have home chicken. Oh, gotcha. Last thing, the plank. We'll start right at 12 minutes. I said right at 12, and I started 2 seconds early. How are you, Riddle? Also, hi, Snow Bunny Cairo. Hi, Nick. Guys, I don't know if I've ever told you this before. This might come as a surprise. I hate plinking. 30 seconds down. Who are the two cuties? That is Rhine 4 signs, and Corvu.
Adorable cutie.
Both of them.
And Yuland, you better get good at planking, because you definitely want to be used as like a
Oi,
park bench or something like that.
I already think I'm pretty good
Don't
at
you?
planking. I'm not gonna answer that. I mean, everybody hates pain, so I can expect that. Hi, Dehi. Look at this idiot planking Lamau. What the fuck? Halfway there. 1 minute 30 down. Ryan, did you see the VR chat beta notes? Do you see what they're doing for
Nope.
chat boxes?
No.
Chat boxes are going to be on by default, and you're going to be able to mute chat boxes for individual users. So,
Yes.
when you see that super obnoxious person that has their fucking Spotify linked to their chat box, I'm absolutely calling those people out. You can tell them to get the fuck out of here.
Yes.
Hi, Zuvi. Highland. Gur, hello. 40 more seconds. The cute harpy core. God, I fucking hate blinking. 30 more seconds. My record is 5 minutes. And I hate pushing myself like that. Only friends can be like, walk in on you. Look at this dude. Dewey thing is doing, fucking loser. Slap cheeks and walk away. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Ow. Oh, Ryan found the emote.
Yes, I did.
There's 2 versions on Discord. Pete-chan gave that to me as a gift. Oh, God.
I mean, of course they did.
It is in their name, right? Their name is literally Pete-chan.
Yes, I know.
It's very fitting, right? Okay. I need to bring up another window. We're starting with a Guild Wars zone today. Where is Icy Fire? Possibly still asleep. His sleep schedule seems a little reversed right now. You stay right there. I don't want him to see me changing my trackers. It's embarrassing. Okay. Turn this off. Did this not play? There we go.
Hi.
Line these 2 up. There. Hi. Do we
And
get
you're done.
worried if he
That
says
really
he's... Say that again?
Hmm?
I missed what you said.
that sounds like you're in a McDonald's. Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, actually, what is my voice activation at? It's at 5. Because I was on desktop yesterday. Hi, Sir Noble. Hi, Global. Do we get worried if he says he's going to cook Shiump? I don't know if Shiump is a thing, or if that's supposed to be like shrimp. Oh boy, spill the thigh wrap down. Or seems to be EP. Or is. And it's very
when is
hard.
core not EP?
True. It's very hard to be awake, alert, and not so comfortable you fall asleep when you're in Ryan's lap. The stream alert confused me. I'm not used to being in your time zone. Oh yeah, I guess you are now. I had to wake up at 6:30 this morning. And the plan was, we leave at 6:45. I take them to the airport. What ended up happening was their alarm goes off at 6. And my dad, hi, Icy Fire. He's just the type of person that walks around stomping with his fucking heels. Like, his natural state of being is just loud. And so, him waking up and, like, getting ready for the trip and finishing packing, getting, like, coffee ready, doing a last check of, did I get everything? It's just him walking around the hardwood floors upstairs and me just like, man, those extra 30 minutes would have been nice, but oh well. I was just asking about you, Icy Fire. This is... Okay. Okay. How dare. Hello, Pap Natural State of Walking is Leon from Resident Evil. Dude, it's so, like, I don't get it. Because, like, I roll my feet when I walk. For me, I'm like, I don't make too much noise. I could be quieter if I try. But generally, I'm like pretty quiet when I'm walking around. Same with my mom. And then there's him, and it's just like... And it's like, dude, how the fuck do you do that? How is that just your natural state? Hi, Ty. This dude is finally walking. Oh my god, that's so many love emotes. Oh, they're not all love emotes. That's still a shit ton. Let's see. There's Eulins, there's Owls, there's Fusions. I think that's an Arar? Hikari, Koyo, Kairos, Leafeon's Proxies. And then 2 default ones, but I don't know who those are. Yuki's. I played a bit of Satisfactory yesterday. I'm like at a point in the game where everything is starting to get really tedious and annoying. But I don't have all the stuff to like really flesh out and make factories pretty. Like I'd really like trains. I haven't set up a quartz farm yet. I haven't set up sulfur. I have power. I have coal, so I'm not worried about power, but without me, I started the download 3 days ago. I got like 3 megabytes so far. God, I cannot wait for Zuby to have good internet. Zuby is in Germany, right? And you guys recently had some law that was like, we're going to have better internet provided for, I don't know if it's everybody or if it's this region that Zuby's in. But it's in the next 1 to 3 years. And the group is just like, oh my god, it's finally happening. Oh, thank God. This is the dude
Maybe
that,
multiply that time by like 5.
No, don't say that. This is the dude that,
Hey,
like...
this is Germany.
You set down a portal in VR chat? And he goes, Mr. Euland, how big is that world? This one's about 400 megabytes. Mr. Euland, please pick a smaller world. Oh, shit. Well, we can preload it, right? Okay. I will let you know in 20 minutes when it is preloaded. It's like, I'm so sorry, Zuby.
Yeah.
Hi, North Prince.
Germany really loves this bureaucracy, so there's that.
Hi.
Hi, Icy.
Chat, do this. Wow, too much love. I keep forgetting because I only have it on Hacking Epic. Ah. Hello, North Prince. Hi, Riddles. That's the wrong emote, Zuby. Meowdy. Alright, yeah, speaking of Meowdy, let's go over the holidays sooner than usual. There were not many. There were only 5. Holiday number 1. National Free Queso Day. Okay. People like queso? Sure. Holiday number 2. Talk Like a Pirate Day. This one just sounds like, you know, I don't know, it was like made for a kindergarten class or something. A little silly. Holiday number 3. Meow Like a Pirate Day. Fucking what? They have Talk Like a Pirate Day and Meow Like a Pirate Day. What is this Meow Like a Pirate Day? Why did they put that on the same Talk Like a Pirate Day? This is like... We see a lot of stupid holidays. This is up there. But like Meow... My brother convinced me to get it when it still was exclusive. Ah. It's nice that you can play between Epic and Steam, but yeah. I'd much rather have it on Steam than Epic. Icy is now confused. It hurt itself in confusion. Woman Road Warrior Day. This celebrates women that travel for work. Alright. And Butterscotch Pudding Day. So we've got 2 free clear winners. We've got 2 clear easy winners, I should say. Butterscotch Pudding and free queso day. The other holidays? Sure. Well, okay. I was gonna say none of them are stupid, and then Meow Like a Pirate. That one's fucking stupid. Icy Fire's best cutie? Mm-hmm. The Chow models are getting a little weird. I don't know if they're always like this. I feel like they're doing it more lately. But Icy Fire is like a very restless leg. It's kind of just doing its own thing. I like butterscotch. I've had butterscotch candies. I don't know that I've ever had butterscotch pudding. I don't think I have. Poor best cutie?
We're gonna get a Freya.
Hell yeah. Hi, Elder. I used to have that quick draw leg. Chocolate with alcohol inside was made by the devil himself. Is that what butterscotch is? I've been in heaven. I got more, dark chocolate hummus. I am fucking addicted to that stuff. Icy Fire Mage watched 10 consecutive streams. Oh snap, a double digit. Dreams do come true. Butterscotch is just butter and sugar? Okay, okay. Someone did discover Metal Top Friend, it seems. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Freya.
You need to move forward like half a foot.
Hi. Hey, everybody.
I will guide you through putting icy fire in your lap. Is it hummus made out of chickpeas? That is exactly what it's made out of, Zuby. Alright, you gotta come forward like 6 inches. Like 1 or 2 more inches. So you're at the perfect spot now. However, you're covering his face with your hands. Which, position-wise, looks like you were trying to do exactly that. Hi, Kodiak.
Is this better?
You're not covering his face, but his legs are sticking through your shins now. I don't think there is a, like, perfect position with this type of sitting down. I think if you did the knees sitting down...
Oh, most of the time it's Icy coming to sit on my lap and they can position themselves, but for me it's difficult because I only have W and S to work with.
Well, he has the same buttons. Which is why I was like, I will guide you to this Freya. But normally you do the other sitting position.
Yeah, but Icy's right here, and so, you know, everyone's getting in comfy mode, so, you know.
Yes.
Smother them.
I do agree. Why does it have scotch in its name?
I'm gonna get ready for walkies now.
Okay. Brown sugar.
Okay.
Wolf Mother has been activated. Doing a comfy vibe. How are you, Nick? Is that the cute and adorable Freya Icy? It is. It is. Because, howdy. False advertising over here, I'm good. Its history originates in England, and the Scotch part of the name may be derived from the word scorch, since sugar is heated to a fairly high temperature. Butterscotch candy can be made at home by combining sugar, corn syrup, water, and vinegar and heating it to a hard crack stage, 300 Fahrenheit or 149 Celsius. So technically it's butterscotch. Now you know that Lindt chocolate pack? A few of alcohol inside? Hi, Dr. Air. So I took my parents to the airport this morning, right? We're leaving at like 6:45, 6:48. We're going down the driveway. Dad hits the button thing to close the garage door. And it closes halfway and stops. He's like, click, 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 click. And the thing's just not moving. And so we're like, uh-oh, that's not ideal. We get out, look at it. It seems to not have power. The other one works up and down, works fine. But the one we're trying to close is not closing. So we're like... And he just looks at me and he just goes, well, Ewan, you have a problem to solve when you get home. And I was like, cool, dude. But they had a plane to catch, right? And so...
Yeah.
We leave, and I'm like discussing, what do we do? What do I do, right? Worst comes to worst, I take Mom's car out of the garage, and I put that in the basement, because we have a double driveway that has 2 garage doors that are like for a single car. And then we have a second driveway that leads to the side of the house with a garage door that goes into the basement. And we never put a car in there. But if I needed to, I could take Mom's car out, go down that driveway, move a ton of shit in the basement, and get it in the house that way. Then put Dad's car on Mom's side of the garage. That was the, like, if this garage door isn't working, pull the ripcord, get it to go down, and have the house actually closed up. But I came home, I was, like, planning out all this stuff to try, right? You know, maybe I move the cars this way. We never tried this button, so maybe it works. Maybe I unplug and plug back in the garage door opener. I got home and it just worked fine, so it was like, oh, okay, problem solved, I guess. I don't know what changed. I don't know why it didn't work for the brief moment when we were leaving, but hey, whatever. I like it when problems just go away. Like the regular one.
don't.
Do you not like it because then you're like, I don't understand what went wrong, and it means there's a potential for it to happen again?
Exactly.
I understand that thought process, but at the same time, like, it's kind of nice when I don't have to do anything to fix this. If it's an easy fix...
Have your dad fix it.
Sure. But if it's something that's like, I don't even know what the problem is, and I have to troubleshoot it, that's like, ugh, I hate this. Like the regular one, Freya, may I please pet the tail? Doctor, it's meow like a pirate day. Do with this information what you will. Hello, Kodiak. The video made it look like Freya had really bad gas for a second. That's funny. Hi, American Air. Hi, hun, how are you? And yes, you may. Hi, all my sweet cuties. Wolf Mother, Kodiak, hi. I was so into the band Wolf Mother when I was in middle school. I say so into the band. I had 2 of their songs from LimeWire. And to me, that was enough to be, like, so into a band. I had like 10 songs on my iPod Shuffle. And you could tell I was really into Wolf Mother because 2 of them were from that band. I've never in my life heard any other song by them. Well, Father Ewan, looks like you have a project when you get home. Huh. Right, I have to do some cookery. See you. Okay, Zuby. Hope it goes well.
But damn.
Ciao, Bella, Zuby.
LimeWire. That's a blast from the past.
Right? It's like, you don't think about it for years, and then it comes up and you're like, oh shit, that's right. That was a thing.
Yeah, and that network got shut down like ages ago.
You find a song you want, you download the version of it, and then you download 3 other versions of it. And you play the first one, and Bill Clinton goes, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman." And you go, "God damn it!" So you delete that one.
Yes.
You play the second one. "I did
Sometimes-
not have sexual relations with that woman." You delete that one. You play the third one, and it's a fucking Nickelback song, and you're like, "Why is it labeled as Wolf Mother?" And you delete that one. You play the fourth one, and that's the Wolf Mother song you want. And you're like, "Yes, got it." God, I'm so smart
But
for
it's in a
downloading.
terrible quality.
Oh, of course, of course. But at that point, you're just so happy to have the right song that you take it.
Yes.
Have good non-ZV, good morning, Fred. LimeWire, Napster.
Fun times.
Metallica throwing a fit and making people angry. I'm good, how are you, Freya? Yeah. Good, hun, thank you. I transitioned from LimeWire. I fucking swindled my parents with an amazing deal. I was like, will you guys pay for one album a month if I have good grades? They were already giving me good stuff for having good grades. But they're like, yeah, sure, that seems fair. I think my proposition was, I could pirate them and commit illegal activities on the internet. Or I could have this iTunes allowance. And it'll be parental controls because you'll be able to see, since we share an iTunes account, all the music I get through iTunes. And it's like, yeah, sure. So every month I'd get an album without paying for it. And eventually I got a decent amount of stuff. I had like a ton of Muse albums, Fall Out Boys, Linkin Park, an album or two of theirs. I got a Static X album. I don't remember what other bands I had. I saw a Vocaloid album and I got that. It was not official Vocaloid music. It was like just somebody who put up their fucking Vocaloid songs on iTunes. I got a Jet Set Remix album. I think I got a bunch of video game soundtracks. I think I have a Metroid soundtrack. What do you mean not official? Okay, there's no... I guess technically there's some official Vocaloid music, but this is like... You know, I was expecting World Is Mine, and it was like some dude's remix of Is Mine. And so it was like... no original songs on this Vocaloid album. It was legally distinct and put up on iTunes songs for Vocaloid. I'm happy to see you, Freya. Yeah, go push it. How are you, Cairo? Good, Nick. How are you? Okay. What band would you say everyone should have in their CD collection? What band should everyone have in their CD collection? I don't know, because music is so subjective that it really is like, well, what genre are you looking at? Because, like, I can't think of one that's like, this transcends all genres. You gotta have this. Music is very subjective? Yeah. I mean, maybe Weird Al, because that'll teach you fucking humor and, like, not to take things too seriously. But, like, as much as I love Weird Al, he's not the pinnacle of music. Rolls eyes. That's a serious suggestion. Maybe the Beatles, because they're, like, the most influential? I don't know, that's a, like... I can't think of any one band that's, like, everyone needs to have heard this. I did have this experience recently with, we were talking about Ken Ashcorp, and Octal Mage was like, who? And I was like, you gotta hear them. You gotta listen to Absolute Territory. I'd say off the top of my head, Gorilla, since they touch like every genre with a wide array of vocalists and guest vocalists. Cairo, I think I have like 3 or 4 of their albums from the thing I was just talking about with my parents buying iTunes albums. And sitting here like, holy shit, I forgot fucking Gorillaz. Trying to catch me white and nerdy. God, that's such a perfect emote with that icy fire. I'm just asking a question that anyone can answer. Cairo Re gorillas are fantastic. I remember being so disappointed because I was way into the gorillas. And I would go to my bass lessons and I'd be like, teacher, teach me Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillas. And he'd be like, all right, yeah, let's listen to it. Do, 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 do. All right, well, this is a really easy song. It should be easy. Well, I mean, we could learn 2 songs this lesson if you want. I was like, it's easy. They're not good. And he's like, no, it doesn't mean they're bad. It's just, you know, they're not really doing anything crazy with this song. It's a good song. Sometimes you don't need to go crazy. I was like, okay. Me being like 13, 14, thinking complexity was everything with a song. I mean, everyone who was old enough remembers.
It's like...
Yeah. CD commercials for Demon Days? Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing, it was actually not the commercial for Demon Days. Ewan deflated. It was a Now album. If you remember the Now albums where it's like, Now 18. The 18, or the 12 best songs of the Now 18th album. And I think they had El Mañana on it. Or whichever Now album had the Gorillaz on it. And I remember they'd be like, featuring artists like this one. Featuring artists like this one. Ewan's Dark Souls face. If it's not hard, it's not cool. Featuring El Mañana by the Gorillaz. And then it was just, you know, you'd see real artists, and then like fucking anime of Noodle getting shot at in the windmill by the helicopters. I was like, what the fuck? This is cool. Freya's best bean. Oh. I had a friend in high school who was like way into Avenged Sevenfold and Muse. And my taste in music back then was like, my taste in a lot of things back then was not like, oh, I'm gonna think for myself and take things I like. It was, this person likes it, must be good, I'm gonna like it. So I still like Avenged Sevenfold and Muse. But like back then, I really liked them because Richie liked them. I mean, A7X is a very of-the-time band. Yeah, for sure. But, like, I didn't like them because I thought they were good. I do think they're good. But it definitely wasn't, like, my style. I probably could have found a lot of bands I liked more than A7X. But Richie liked them. Richie said they were cool. And I wanted Richie to think I was cool. So I liked A7X. I'd say, I don't know how to say that word. I don't even know how to start saying that word. And the Banshees album, Tinderbox, the song Cities and Dust, classic. Susie? Okay. Susie and the Banshees. Sussy and the Banshees. Is that true, Freya? Is that one of your favorite bands, Sussy and the Banshees? You just feel her being like, don't you fucking dare. Euland, have you ever heard of Imagine Dragons? I have. I have 1 or 2 of their albums. I hate it here. Imagine Dragons are good. They're fun. They definitely were like... It was at that age where I was like, they're good, but a lot of it is hype and popularity. A lot of it is like, I'm hearing about them so much because they're the popular band right now. Not that that's a bad thing, but like, you know when you're young and you're like first getting into music and stuff like that? You see a band being like really, really popular and it's like, oh, it's because they're good. It's because they're the best band ever. But then as you grow and mature, you're like, this isn't the best band ever. I see why they're popular. They're good. But it's not like you don't think they're the best band ever like you did when you were 12 or 13. Echo and the Bunnymen. Also, Domo Origato. So Cairo was streaming walkies yesterday. They were doing their walkies Wednesdays. And I joined on them. And 90% of the avatars I was in showed up as a fucking robot to them. And it was just like, can you see this one? Domo Origato. How about this one? Beep boop. How about this one? Domo Origato. God damn it. Yeah, I could only use the public avatars. And then we changed worlds and it seemed to let me use, you know, whatever avatar. But it was just like, oh, I hate this. I like the early Imagine Dragon. But that last song they made for Arcane, bruh. I'm a child of the 80s, so my music taste is funny new VR chat bug. Yeah. Yeah. I saw them all fine, so just lucky. I saw them all just fine, so lucky me. Icy Fire got it once or twice for me. Where I'd see him as a robot, but we've had worse. Yeah. Wasn't there a bug that was like, you are mute now? And someone would just become mute. They couldn't hear anyone else. Nobody could hear them. They had to relaunch VR chat to just like be able to interact with anyone anymore.
Ooh.
That one was an awful one.
Yeah.
Funny bug that unfriends your friends. That one sounds even worse, because that one sounds like it has some permanence to it with lasting effects. What is wrong with Enemy Riddle? I don't think they were talking about an enemy. That was rough. That was like 2020 to 2021. Ah, yes. The good old days of VR chat. Back when streamers weren't all lewd like Lolathon and Rose Doodle and Radiant Soul. All people who still stream. I love that streamer. I think her name's Camellia. But I love poking fun at that. Did you see this, Ryan? There was a streamer, and I still think she's cool. I still think she's really smart. But she was talking about how VR chat used to be cool. Because he used to have streamers, and she listed off a bunch of 2020 streamers that were doing memes and whatnot, and now it's all just lewd stuff. Now it's all just like, you look at VR chat and it's all lewd, and VR chat has fallen off.
Yep.
And it was like, maybe that's the streaming side of it. Maybe, you know, there's still a lot of meme stuff. Like, if Lolathon streams VR chat, and he still does, he's going to be top of the category. There's still a lot of people doing meme avatars. There's a lot of people also doing, you know, more fan service stuff. But it was funny to me because, like, when I was playing in 2020, all I ever heard was, man, VR chat is dead. Publics are dead. Everybody's just in private instances now. The good old days of 2017 and 2018. And so, like, hearing somebody talk about the good old days of 2020, I was like, we just have a moving goalpost. We're going to be 2 years from now, and people are going to say the good old days of 2024. I had a friend have to rejoin a lap dance even like 60 times in one night, because that's when we used to do music over somebody's mic boosted. Radiant came to one of my lap dance events once. Hell yeah. Maruko and I have been experiencing the same VR chat issue lately. When the connection comes up with an error but internet is fine? That world forcing height was brutal for my natural cute factor. Yeah? Icy Fire. May I please touch the red ball? Let them keep moving the goal. Just don't let them move Monster Hunter Wilds. No. God. I'm so ready for Wilds. I really thought it was February. I actually thought it had a February release date, and it was like, fact check that. Give me a, like, show me the source. And I was like, yeah, you got it. And I was like, oh shit, I'm just confusing it with Civ 7. I'm wrong, guys. And they're like, that's okay, that's fine. We all make mistakes. And in my heart, I'm like, fucking shit, man, it's gonna be more than 5 months. Hi, Ra. How are you, Logitech? Let me put it this way. As a black guy, I dislike the, oh, people hate me and blah kind of music long time ago in rap music. Then why I don't like Enemy from Imagine Dragon? Because it's just dumb. I don't waste time looking for Enemy because I'm working my ass off. Some guys that drive an expensive car sing about enemies. Bruh. I'm not familiar enough with Enemy by Imagine Dragons. I know a decent amount of their songs. Off the top of my head, I think of Radioactive, right? The one with the, breathe in the chemicals, and then the massive inhale in the song. That's always fun to meme with. I don't know, Imagine Dragons is like...
Where the Radioactive song, basically the remix by, I think, Within Temptation, I think is better than the original.
I feel like
But,
remixes are always going to be better than the original. Because the original is just like the default, the standard, right? And then remixes will always build off of that for something that you like. So if you like Nightcore, you're going to like any Nightcore remix of a song. If there's a more like EDM focused song, genre, and you like EDM, you're gonna like any EDM version of a song remix,
Okay.
right?
Okay, maybe not the remix, but a cover. Like, basically same song, but just like in the style of like Within Temptation, which I think is a banger.
Link it to me. I'm unfamiliar with it.
Will do.
You just had so much confidence in saying it was February that I didn't want to challenge you. It wasn't like confidence, it was just like I had seen a February release date, and it was for Civ 7, sadly. But I was just like, oh boy, February Monster Hunter. I had chocolate, Logitech. Talking about old bands, you guys remember the One Republic? I don't think I do. I wouldn't say all. Okay, yes. Not all remixes or covers are better than the original. Obviously, the Neil Diamond remix of Sweet Caroline is a fucking travesty. And we only link it to people as a fucking meme. I heard a remix of Hotline Bling by Drake recently. That is like the ultra funk remix. Oh god. That said, there's a sliver of hope you could be right. Fingies crossed. Yeah. Nail? The guy that made Wallspin? I have no idea what you mean. Neil Diamond. Neil. We didn't play Star Wars yesterday. I took my nap. My alarm went off, and I was like, okay, guys, time for Star Wars. I looked at Discord, and Huntera was like, I am sick. I am sorry. No Star Wars this week. And I was like, damn, that's okay. Feel better. And in my mind, I was like, let's fucking go! And I laid back down with my head in Freya's lap and went back to sleep for an hour. And I'm gonna do the same damn thing today. The Wonderwall remix. Yeah, sadly no Star Wars this week. So I got a surprise gremlin. The emote or something else? No, that's Ashu Blankies. Oh, because I wasn't doing Star Wars. Yes. Yes. So it depends on how Star Wars goes. If we do a long planet like Hoth, we end up going up till Core goes live at 8 p.m. And we've done that like once or twice. But if we have like a smaller planet or it gets canceled, I actually get to show up on Kairos Wednesdays. I love Huntera. I love Full Metal Ratchet. But I don't play too many games with them because they function on a different thought process than I do with games. They are the type that in D&D, they get to a town. They talk to every NPC. They open every drawer. They shake every tree. And then, they talk to the town mayor. At which point, they talk to every NPC again, open every drawer, shake every tree, and I'm like, oh my god, you just did this. Why are you doing it again? And they'll be like, well, I talked to the town mayor. Maybe there's something there now. It's like, oh my god. They are so thorough and diligent with looking for side quests and side content, which is great. Feels called out. It's totally fine. I don't hate this style of play at all. I think if this is the way you play games, fucking hell yeah. For me personally, I enjoy the core. Especially if I'm playing with other people, I'm like afraid to keep them waiting. And so I just focus on like the actual core gameplay of the stuff. And so I'm going to go talk to the town mayor, and when he says, go fight the dungeon full of goblins, I'm like, great, let's go to the dungeon, guys. And so, like, I am the opposite side of the spectrum, where I'm almost, like, rushing. And they're at the opposite side of me, where it's like, goblin dungeon? Yeah, maybe in 3 days from now. We got side quests. And I was like, oh my god. With friends, I go where they go, at least, LL. I have almost trauma in my life. I don't. There was no abuse with this whatsoever, but my mom, very profound, not profound. My mom was always very strict with being late to things. And she was always very like, Yuland, you should never be late to stuff. Being late means you don't respect the other person's time. Keeping people waiting on you is a statement of saying your time and yourself is more important than their time and themself. Their self, I should say. And so you don't want to be that disrespectful person. Don't keep people waiting on stuff, right? Don't be late to stuff. And like we had a friend who his mom was always late to stuff. And so I saw, like, what it was like for her to always be late and just, like, kind of have this feeling of, oh, she gave us this time. I have cleared my schedule to, like, be ready at this, and then she showed up 30 minutes late. What the fuck? And so, like, going into these games, I have that mentality. If we play Monster Hunter, there's a lot of side stuff to do between every hunt. You can go to the vendor and restock your items. You can go to your chest and restock your loadout. Change your gear as you need to for the next hunt. You can, in Monster Hunter Rise, climb to the top of the town and interact with this bird that will, if you pet them enough, start giving you random gifts. You can interact with your Argosy submarines as they bring gifts to you. You can interact with your farm and harvest crops from that. You can send out your Meowster hunters and collect rewards from that. There's so many things you can do between hunts that if you know exactly what you're doing and what you're going to be clicking, will probably take like 5 to 6 minutes. If you're kind of like checking their status, like, where were these guys again? Oh, here. Which hunt should I send them on next? Let me read this one real quick. No, I don't want to send them there. Let me read this one. it'll take like 10, 12 minutes. I don't want to do any of that. If I'm playing Monster Hunter with people, I'm like, okay, I cannot keep them waiting. I gotta go. So I'm posting a hunt. I'm readied up. I will refresh my loadout at my chest, and that's it. I'm not changing to a weapon that's, like, better for this hunt. I'll just run a raw weapon the whole session. So that, unless we're hunting a very specific boss that's difficult, I'll just be good or decent in every hunt. Because in my mind, the core gameplay that everybody is there for is hunting the monster. And all the extra stuff, all the side stuff, well, that's for me to, like, do on my own. And I don't want to keep them waiting. Feeling impatient as fuck? To a degree. I'm not doing it out of my own impatience, Lost One. I'm doing it out of fear of being disrespectful to the others. That might come off as impatience to them. That might come off as, oh my god, Yulin's making me rush, what the fuck? But it's kind of not fair, Lost One. Because, like, when I first started playing with Core and Full, Core moves at the same pace as I do. But then Full does all that side stuff. And in fact, his brain tells him he has to do it. He cannot rush. And so we would rush and be, like, queued up for the hunt. And Full would, like, take 12 minutes between each hunt. And I started getting, like, really irritated by it because I'm like, dude, I'm throwing all this stuff away. I'm not doing all this side stuff to, like, hurry up. I feel like I'm going out of my way to accommodate him. And he's just like, nah, I ain't give a fuck. I'm gonna take my time. You're gonna wait for me. Which is not the case for Full at all, by the way. There was a very different reason he was doing that. But, like, I very much did not get along with Full initially. Since then, I have learned. And, like, I still don't like to do a lot of that side stuff. Even if I'm playing with Full, and I know I have like a good 5 to 10 minutes to do everything, I can absolutely check the Argosy. I can absolutely check that nest. I can absolutely, like, look at my decorations and loadout, and make sure I have the right setup for the next hunt. And I'll still be ready before Full. Still don't like to do that, because I'm afraid of being late to stuff. I'm afraid of being the last one. But I'm not so, like, antsy. I'm not so like, come on, Full, let's go. Come on, hurry up. We got a place to be. Come on. What are we waiting for? With friends, I go where they go at least. Then go back to my slow shenanigans. You're on time, you're late. Why do you think I call you Akula Ja from Genshin? Riddle, you have never called me that. Like, not even once. I don't think. Huh? Do more climbing to collect from the nest? Sorry, nest. You're impatient as fuck, Nodders. I don't mean to be. Run it raw, smug. Yeah, maybe. Oh my god. We have a pretty lewd community here. On Core Stream, the Pixel Creature? Oh, you have called me that. We run a pretty lewd community. We make a lot of lewd jokes. I absolutely encourage and enable them. But you know how you have, like, you act different around different friend groups? Well, I'm kind of like that with some of my friend groups, right? There's a lot of friends I have that they're not into lewd stuff. And so when I'm around them, I don't make as many lewd jokes, right? Or any. Lewd, I am wholesome as fuck. Sometimes when people raid me, I get back into the, oh, this person's here. I'm not gonna act like the lewd community, lewd jokes and whatnot. I'm gonna act like how I would in their stream. And then you guys are telling the really lewd jokes, and I'm like, oh shit, wait. Oh no, they're gonna know. Which shouldn't be like a I'm ashamed of it in any way. But like, Fofamit raided the other day, and she's very much not a lewd streamer in any way. If she tells a lewd joke, everybody's like, whoa! Oh my god, Fofa. It's so Some of you guys were telling like a lot of lewd jokes, like, yeah, we're gonna give it to you, Lindraw, and I was just like, oh god, wait, oh jeez. And like, that's fine. I shouldn't be changing how I act and how, especially I shouldn't be like trying to control how every one of you acts just because someone else is here. But it was really funny. I was panicking a little bit about it. Good night, Elder. Sleep well. We're at 2 miles. She also liked the feat. I don't think she does. It's 3 a.m. and thundering. Are you the type... I don't know if I should be asking this, Elder. Do you sleep better in thunder or worse? I sleep better when it's raining or thundering. Unless it's so close that it's like, it shakes the walls thunder. Obviously, I don't think anybody sleeps better when it's like that. But if I hear like light thunder that's way off in the distance, that shit helps me sleep. Sleep well, Elder. God bless you. Don't rush me through Wild Zealand. I want to do all the things. I don't think I'm going to be rushing through Wilds. Okay, so when Wilds comes out, I'm probably going to spend 2 weeks of just not making videos and just... I stream in the morning and then I get on Wilds. I imagine I'm going to be playing with a lot of different groups. And I don't really know or care which one's going to go through the story first. I'm not going to be saving it for anyone in particular. Right? I can see myself playing with Core a lot. But at the rate she plays, I will probably be done with the story before she is. I can see myself playing with Sis Casey and Den a lot. I can see myself playing with Koyo and Zuvi and Fosto a lot.
Core mentioned.
Core mentioned. I can also see myself just getting on and being like, Icy Fire. Let's go. Last time I heard thunder was like a year ago? Oh, I know it doesn't thunder here much. I want to see wild elder dragons. Icy's like, let's fucking go. I don't know. When wilds come out, I just hope I get the same experience as I did with Iceborne. 16-man lobbies. Just a lobby full of friends. Somebody posts a hunt and we're kind of in groups like, hey, with the next 3 hours, you're running with these 3 people. Alright, a bunch of people went to bed. Reshuffle the groups. That's the experience I'm hoping to have with Wilds. What is your guys' favorite Elder Dragon? I think I kind of like Namiel. Namiel's really fucking cool to me. You can't just ask that? I know, there's a lot of choices, right? If Deviljho was an Elder Dragon, I would say him, but he is not an Elder Dragon. I'm thinking about them, I'm like, what is my favorite Elder Dragon? I hate that one. I hate that one. I hate that one. Oh, I definitely hate that one. I'm like, wait. Are there any I like? I find Kirin really annoying to fight. I hate Teostra and Lunastra. I hate Kushala Daora, although he got a lot better in Rise. Elatrion, because someone hated it? I fucking hate Elatrion. I like Soppy Jiva. Ooh, it might be Kulve Taroth. I really like Kulve Taroth. That one was... That monster's pretty. That fight was really cool. I don't mind Veil Hazak, although I hate his effluvia. Namiel was pretty. It's not Ibushi or Narwa. Those two are goofy monsters. Velkhana is okay. Can we do top 3? We can do top 3. It's not Veilstrax. But my fave is Fatalis or Nergigante. But because of the Mantash meme they did with it, Fatalis is okay. I really haven't spent that much time fighting Fatalis. I've never killed one. It's not Dire Morales. Nergigante's cool. There's a brutality to him that's, like, fucking cool. Was the Dracula monster, Malzeno, was that an Elder Dragon? I don't remember if that was an Elder or not. Nergigante, Chameleos, and yes, that was an Elder. Okay. Malzeno's cool, but I don't know if I'd put them at a favorite. It is Kezu. Kezu is not an Elder. God, all of my favorite monsters are in that range of, like, below Elder, but, like, the high end of non-Elders. Deviljho, Nargacuga, Zinogre. Lagiacrus. If I pick a favorite monster, it's Lagiacrus, hands down. I guess for Elders, I could say... Well, does Abyssal Lagiacrus count as an Elder? Are Gold Rathian and Silver Rathalos Elders? Terminal Montage Nergigante. That's right. Bird up. Do-do-do-do-do-do. I want to say no. I also want to say no. Amasu? Amasu is neat. Oh, God. Geismagorm, Lamau. What was the weird guy at the end of Iceborne? That guy was an Elder. That guy was fucking weird. Shara Ishvalda. That guy was fucking weird. No, you can capture gold and silver? Okay. Or when they put the trap down, come on, do it, come on, do it. Slide on trap. You're gonna be able to pick traps up in Wild, and that's so fucking nice, bro. We're at 2.3 miles. I played a bit of WoW yesterday. I played my Warlock. I want to keep a DPS somewhat geared and ready, just in case something happens to me tanking. Just in case, like, I stop having fun with it, or we get somebody that's like, I really want to tank, and I'm like, you know what, I'm feeling DPS. So I've been, like, loosely gearing up my Warlock. I played them a bunch yesterday. They've got time walking dungeons going on. And so I joined a time walking group. This tank... Okay, so for anybody who doesn't know, and most of you I imagine don't, in World of Warcraft they will add time walking dungeons from an expansion. And basically it's like, hey, run this expansion from 18 years ago. And you'll be able to get gear that's good for you now. The gear you get from these is like 554, 564, something in that region. Which is like, if you're just hitting max level 80, these are great to gear up. If you're at my item level, everything is a downgrade. But for my Warlock, I was getting mostly upgrades. It was like 50-50 upgrades. The thing is, mechanics in the game were very different 17, 18 years ago. And so a lot of it was just, this enemy hits fucking hard. And so tanks are going into these dungeons, which are scaled for our level. And because a lot of them just don't have mechanics, they just hit hard. The tanks are just like, I'm gonna pull 3 groups. And they get their teeth kicked in. So this is early endgame? Yes. they're getting their teeth kicked in and like destroyed in seconds. And it's like, yeah, buddy, you can't really do that. And this tank was getting slapped around. He was getting hit hard. And he was just like, no. I pull current level dungeons like this. It's the healer that's bad. I'm gonna keep pulling crazy. So
that's a good up.
It's time. Bye-bye.
Wow. Bye-bye. Good night.
No, it's not good night.
Has it been a good morning so far?
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah.
No, I gotta go.
Don't get too comfy, go. Get out of here.
Bye.
You're obligated to pat Icy Fire as well, because you're stepping on him to pat Freya.
What? Oh, they're blended in with their pants.
Rest well, Core. Bye-bye, Core. Be safe out there. God bless you.
I almost wanted to say something. Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Alright, this is the start of my villain arc now, everybody. Everyone got pats except me. This is upsetting. I'm now an evil person. Good lord. What's Icy Fire gonna say? Join the dark side.
But
Icy
remember the cookies.
Icy
are
Fire is
alive. They don't
100%. No, I'm gonna say they do exist for Icy Fire. Icy Fire would be like, join the dark side, we have cookies, and would actually make cookies, and then the new recruits would be like, when do we actually do evil stuff? And Icy Fire would be like, evil stuff? I thought it was just cookies. And they're like, oh my god, you suck at being evil. This tank goes ham, right? He just goes ham for like... I did 5 dungeons with him. And like, every healer we had, this poor fucking healer would like fall behind, die, struggle, ask him to slow down, and he'd just be like, I'm not slowing down. And like, I shouldn't enable this. I should be like, hey tank, let's just wait for the healer, right? You know, this isn't fun for them, let's chill. But I was like, you know, it's kind of nice with how fast we're going. And I'd give him a health stone that like every 2 minutes heals him for 35% of his health. And I'd be like, here, take this. And he'd keep going and keep pulling. I suck. You join the dark side. I can give you a pat down. This tank was just so... He died a few times. I think I died once. But this tank was just like... He had fucking places to be. They did surgery on a corn. I put that in my fucking notes. There's a, I guess it was a research facility that has got, a machine doing such precise surgery work that is able to, like, cut open and stitch corn, which is a level up from surgery on a grape. They're now doing surgery on corn. Fucking evil movie, and punishment is a must. It's like watching a speeding car get to the red light quicker than you. Good job, person. You really showed the road. Well, not really, Icy Fire. Because it was more like the car running the red light. And I shouldn't enable that. But, you know, when that car runs the red light, all the other cars that are supposed to be going through, they stop and like, oh my god, did that just happen? And now it's free and clear for me to run the red light. This is a horrible analogy. Don't ever drive like this. But I got all 5 dungeons for my time walking done, and I didn't have a single queue. Well, I had the first queue, I guess, but... Normally when you do these dungeons on a DPS, you queue up, you run the dungeon, everybody leaves, you have to queue up and wait 10 minutes for each queue. I would have had to spend an hour just waiting in line to do dungeons. But because this tank and healer liked me and the other DPS, they were just like, yeah, we'll just queue up from this dungeon. So I didn't have to wait. I just went straight to the next one. Which is like, as a DPS, you're like, oh, fuck yes, thank you. Also really, Corn, the day we can do a surgery on a cell, I will be happy. Doing surgery on Corn is kind of impressive. It means that they can do really micro-level surgeries on people at a very accurate level. A far more accurate level than a human could do. So while it's like, oh my god, they did surgery on a Corn, that's so ridiculous. It's the implications and like proof of concept that are important, right? But the cost though? Yeah. Oh! I don't know if Cairo is still here. He's planning to do Deep Rock Galactic with LoFam on Friday. There is actually Deep Rock Galactic news. Oktoberfest is dead. They are not doing Oktoberfest in Deep Rock Galactic anymore. Instead, the community has won. They will now be calling it Rocktoberfest. Like Rock and Stone, Rocktoberfest. Apparently the community has been telling them to do this for years and, like, petitioned it. I like that. Well played. How much did they charge the Corn? Bet it wants to die after seeing that. Actually, on Black Temple Time Walking Extend got a heroic piece out of it. Hell yeah. I'm gonna do that on my Brewmaster. I wasn't gonna do it as a DPS. Who is the cute smaller wolf? That is Reinforce Eins. I like that. Well played, Rocktober. Yeah, I plan to do the one thing. Oh god, I'm mind blanking. I plan to do the Time Walking Black Temple on my Brewmaster. If it goes smoothly, I might do it on the Warlock, but like, I don't know. If it's a slog over 5 hours, I can see myself being like, yeah, I'm not doing that more than once. Do you know what they're up to with the World First race, Logitech? Last time I saw or heard, it was 4 of 5. Or 4 of 5. 4 of 8. Logitech is the best cutie. Still they are stock in World First? Oh yeah, Riddle. It'll take, like, potentially weeks. The World First race for a new raid in WoW is, it's not done within, like, a day. So there's multiple difficulties for raids in World of Warcraft. There's LFR, Normal, Heroic, and Mythic. Typically, 60% of the player base will kill the final boss on LFR. Which is like, this is so easy. This is like, the mechanics don't do anything, you can stand in fire and still win. It's literally a matter of, you just have to queue up for it. On Normal, I think it's like 30 or 35% will kill the final boss on Normal. These are old numbers that I'm like, I don't know if I remember them right at all. Honestly, Normal is pretty easy. It's just not something you can queue up for. It's definitely harder than LFR. You actually have to do mechanics, you know, not stand in fire. But, like, it's really easy. Heroic is where most people get stuck. And I think like about 10% of the player base will kill the final boss. Maybe even less. Maybe like 5 to 10% will kill the final boss on Heroic. This is where you have to know what you're doing. You actually have to pay attention to mechanics. If DPS is too low, you'll hit an enrage timer. Mythic is where it's finely tuned. Mythic, you have 20 people. They need to be on point. They need to be doing the right stuff. Everybody needs to be coordinated and, like, playing their best. And it's also, like, a scale. With 8 bosses, the first 2 are typically easy. They're still mythic. They're harder than most things on Heroic. But, like, they're still kind of gimme bosses. Most Heroic guilds will be able to kill the first 2 bosses on Mythic. Provided they have the right number of players. The next 2 will be, you know, a step up. They'll be a fair bit harder. The next 2, this is where most people will stop. Most people that go into Mythic. They're gonna meet one of these bosses and just be like, get their ass whooped. And then the final 2, this is where, like, less than 1% of the game actually beats these bosses. These bosses will be really hard, have really tight timing, and most of the time, it's not a matter of execution, it's actually a matter of gear. Where, like, they can figure out what to do, but, like, they need to gear up for, like, a week or 2 to actually kill them, because they're just that hard. But if they do anything wrong execution-wise, they just won't kill it at all, right? So, like, these final bosses, you'll always hear about how many attempts it took them, right? You know, Method killed the final boss of this raid tier. It took them 867 wipes, which means 867 times they failed and died. And then the 868th time, they actually killed it. Logitech, may I please touch the ears? Probably not. Ryan hug. Mythic is a tough race. It is tuned very, very hard and difficult. And it'll probably be like 2 weeks. This raid tier seems pretty easy. I don't think they'll get it this week. Now, we are only at Thursday, right? So there's still plenty of time in the week. But I'm guessing it's going to be early next week that we see Queen Anstrak downed on Mythic. Mythic will also usually add a new phase to the final boss. So back in Cataclysm, one of the most iconic bosses was Ragnaros. Ragnaros was a boss in Vanilla WoW, where he's like this big fire guy, fire elemental. He's like a tornado of fire with arms and a big hammer, and he fucking smashes you. In Cataclysm, they brought him back. You fight him in his realm where he's way stronger. And on Normal and Heroic, technically they didn't have Mythic at the time, so it would have been on Normal. You fight him, and he just dies. On Heroic, you fight him, and when he gets down to 20% health, a fucking leg of his comes out of the ground. And he gets out of the ground and starts walking around on these 2 legs, which, at the time, we just thought he was a tornado. We didn't think he fucking had legs. And so seeing him literally pop up out of the ground was like, holy shit, oh my god! And then it's, you know, phase 3, which only happened on Heroic difficulty. And now multiply those 800 tries into hours. They probably get like 3 tries per hour. But yeah. It would be 800 divided by 3. So an easier number would be 900. That'd be 300 hours just wiping to a boss. Just to one boss, not the raid. Right? It'll be like 800 wipes to kill the final boss. 300 wipes to kill the boss before that. 100 wipes to kill the boss before that. It'll be like, oh god. They are going to spend an obscene amount of time fighting these bosses. It's a very hype thing in the Warcraft community. The world first races are like big and exciting. A little raggy to cute. Yeah. Destiny is the only other game I've seen where, like, world first races are as hype and big. In Destiny, a lot more people will kill the stuff. However, they have it as a timed event. In Destiny, they'll be like, okay, you have 24 hours to clear the raid on, you know, legendary difficulty or whatever. And it's, a lot of guilds will try. Usually a couple thousand will actually get it. It's a very, like, difficult, crazy process, right? What do you mean? What do you mean you hope it goes well? I never mess up while cooking. I'm back? Well, I hope it goes well. I would say it goes bad if a tree falls through your house and hits you while you're cooking, okay? I'm hoping that doesn't happen, Zuby. Damn. Only people can escape people failing at life for 800 times. Well, here's the thing, Riddle. All the guilds that are doing that, they're usually getting paid to do it. Okay, you are good. You know, if you're Method or one of these top guilds going for world first, you have a lot of people watching you. You have a lot of Twitch income coming in because you're streaming it. And you have sponsorships. You know, a brand like SteelSeries wants to sponsor the best World of Warcraft team, because then World of Warcraft players want to use the same equipment as the best World of Warcraft team. So they actually get paid to do that. I need a drink. Do you see that Asmongold video in which he watched the Japanese person watching the new AC trailer? I didn't. I'm gonna be honest, Zuby. I can't handle Asmongold anymore. I've liked some of his takes on stuff on the past, but lately, it feels like his whole personality is just, I hate woke people. And it's like, dude, get some more to your personality. Because he will compliment people for their content. And then they will say something like, I like trans people, be nice to them. And he will flip-flop. He will be like, this person sucks, they're a bitch, they're a loser, look at the pronouns in their name. And it's like, dude, just shut the fuck up. I can't even notice but the animation stuff is so bad. I have seen some of the animation stuff. I've seen the horse with ice skates, as well as the ninja completely whiffing her, like, multi-slash ultimate and killing a guy. I saw it hilarious. He kind of pivoted away from the WoW guy to the anti-woke guy. Yeah. So Asmon and Grums are the same people. They're not the same person, but if either of them ever gets attacked by, you know, the woke mob, the other will, like, immediately defend them. I don't know. I saw a video where, what was Asmon talking about? I forget what it was, but it was, like, something to do with, like, pronouns in games and, you know, woke bullshit, yada yada. It's like, whatever, dude, get over it. And then I saw a video of Dragon Quest, where apparently Dragon Quest has some drama going on right now, because people are saying, oh, there's a new Dragon Quest coming out, but it's gone full woke. Here's a list of changes they've made in Dragon Quest games to cater to the woke agenda, the woke mob, right? Do you remember what the girl used to wear in the Dragon Quest game? She had the skimpy armor bikini and it was great, and they don't do stuff like that anymore. And look at this mob, and look at this change. And Asmon did a video on that, and he was like, oh, they're going woke. It's so bullshit that these Japanese companies cater to these losers in the West. And, like, I saw a comment on this, and the comment was like, holy shit, I fucking hate this guy. Here's what's actually happening. People have been making these changes to Dragon Quest for 13 years, and the Dragon Quest fandom has been okay with this because overall, they're good changes. The first thing he talks about, you know, the main character not wearing a skimpy armor bikini anymore. This was changed in 2003, or, you know, some way long ago date, when Japan had a change to their rating system for video games. And Dragon Quest wants to be A for all ages. So part of staying A for all ages was not having skimpy armor bikinis. And so, you know, 10 years ago, I think I said 2003, but I think it was more like 2013. They started making the change and doing less revealing armor bikinis. And like, everybody understood this. This is a game that is not just for adults, it's for kids and adults for all ages. So they are making changes to comply with their laws in Japan. They did this in 2013. This is not something that they are doing for the new Dragon Quest game in 2024 that, you know, is catering to the woke agenda. You are cherry picking a thing from literal 11 years ago to make your point. And like, this guy goes through all the things Asmongold talked about in his video. I remember the Armor Kini one, but it's like a whole bunch of these. Dragon Quest still has sexy outfits. I think they're not as like egregious though. It's not like on the box cover, right? He covered all these changes and what year it happened, right? This one happened 2013. This one happened 2018. This one happened 2015, right? Just going through all the changes like that, which in the video were portrayed as they've been doing it now for the new Dragon Quest game. And then the guy was like, I love Dragon Quest. This is my favorite game. I have been having these arguments with people for 15 years, and having some loser that has never played a Dragon Quest game in his life come in, talk about it like he's passionate about it and has loved it the whole time, just to complain, stir shit up for views, and then leave and never think about this game again, pisses me off. And I was like, you know, that's kind of right. I don't like that Asmongold does that. I don't like that he goes into a topic, doesn't even get surface level knowledge. He just looks at whatever point of view in his bubble that he sees that is very critical of the woke mob, the woke agenda, gives them a platform and a voice, and then moves on. And so from that, I was kind of like, I think I'm gonna unfollow Asmongold. I'm gonna not watch him anymore. I'm not gonna use this for news. I'm kind of tired of this, like, just this crazy bias anti-woke stuff from him. The next day, JoeCat has a tweet. JoeCat has a tweet about the Final Fantasy XIV drama that's been happening. Because in Final Fantasy XIV, somebody tweeted, I'd like to see more women, minorities, and transgender people in endgame rating. They kind of don't have a voice, or, you know, are getting pushed out, and it's very dominated by white dudes right now. And JoeCat commented on this. He's like, you know, I normally don't post on this stuff, but I'll talk about it. I think they absolutely need a scene. I think, you know, back in the day, it was more acceptable to, you know, joke around, but, you know, a lot of these jokes we've discovered with time are harmful. You look at a lot of humor from early 2000s, and they would say the F slur a lot. And that's kind of been phased out, right? Well, gaming has just been slow to this. Yada yada. I think we should just focus on being nice and positivity. You know, not saying you can't smack talk, not saying, you know, be fake, but yada yada. And Asmongold saw this tweet from JoeCat, the literal nicest guy on the internet. And Asmongold was like, this guy is such a loser. if you look up bitch made in the dictionary, it's a picture of Joe Cat. This guy, he's a fucking soft femboy that, you know, a few people said mean stuff to him online and he quit content creation. Absolute bitch. I'm not surprised that somebody like this is saying, think of the transgender people. What an absolute loser. And I'm the type that, like, you go after Joe Cat, I fucking hate you. Because, like, I have friends that have interacted with Joe Cat, and Joe Cat has just, like, gone out of his way to, like, do things like pay for their therapy. Joe Cat is, like, the literal nicest guy on the internet. Not, like, nice guy, women only date, bad guys, but, like, an actual nice, awesome person. Joe Cat did not quit because he had people saying mean stuff to him online. Joe Cat stopped doing content creation for 2 years because he got death threats and a bomb threat, not just to him, but his family. But like, all that happened, and all he did was write a song that was like, I like girls. Been trying to tell you about Asmon. I didn't doubt you, Sir Noble. And I would say, like, I don't like Asmongold's takes. It's just he's a good source of news because he covers a lot of things and pumps out videos. At that point, Sir Noble, I didn't really like Asmongold, but it was like, I can tolerate him. But now with, like, a weekend or two ago where he went after Dragon Quest, Joe Cat, and something else, I was just like, I don't even want to hear about this guy anymore. Fellas, is it gay to like women? Apparently. I mean, I said it way back when you still talked about him from time to time. I think he's so full of himself. He's always in the right. He's the one that knows stuff. Oh, dude, I fucking hate the way he talks about stuff. The fucking trigger phase. Phrase? I mean to say phrase. The fucking trigger phrase that Asmongold does is to make the other side seem stupid, he will say, what are we even talking about here? He'll be like, this group of people wants to do this. Like, that's not the most insane thing ever. What are we even talking about here? And just, I fucking die a little inside every time he says that. Same, Joe Cat is amazing. Bunny Jade, I kneel. Damn, what? That's crazy. Bellas is a gay to like women. Shu, yes. Joe, nah. Just gets you canceled and attacked. What are we even talking about here? God damn it. I don't know. I've defended Asmongold because, like, he lives like a gremlin, right? He lives in a hoarder house. He eats very, like, not unhealthy food. Doesn't shower that often. He got a lot of shit for having a cockroach crawl over him. A lot of that I see is unfair to criticize him for. A lot of that is stuff that, you know, I'm not saying I live in a hoarder house or, you know, I'm definitely not gonna fucking shower once a month. But I can see a lot of that being, you know, just mental health issues. Just like pressure and that stuff is difficult for me. You guys know how difficult it is for me to get stuff done. And so when people are like, oh my god, this guy won't clean his room, he's a fucking loser. To me, it's like, that's not a fucking loser thing. That's a, like, it is hard to motivate yourself to do that. And it's easier to just not to. If it's not an immediate problem, and in his mind a problem is something that literally prevents him from doing stuff, he can put it off. The cockroach thing, that's just Texas. He tries to eat healthy now, started with normal water. Also Dancer Selena Cairo. It's... I think a lot of the stuff people go after him with is unfair. I think a lot of his takes, especially lately, are just fucking wrong. Oh, I remember what it was. Before Dragon Quest, he was talking about voting rights. And he was like, I don't want poor people to vote. If you don't have a house, if you don't have a place of residence, you shouldn't be able to vote. I don't want some crackhead under a bridge being able to vote. Do you? I don't. They're gonna vote on, like, legalizing crack for everybody. I don't want my tax dollars paying for crack. And I was like, what the fuck is dude talking about? That's literally like The most American thing is everybody has voting rights. What is he... What the fuck is this shit? I mean, if I was in his shoes, I would get a maid to clean. Same. Or just clean lady. Don't know how it's called nowadays. Cleaning person, sorry. I didn't mean to gender it. Don't worry about it. Damn ass man. Although I prefer Divine better, Shade Cairo. Through one crack I can vote, suddenly everyone's going to agree on this one topic. Exactly. I want everybody to be able to vote. But the understanding with voting is that the majority wins. So, like, if we give felons the right to vote, and they're like, hey, we want to make it so that it's legal to rob from banks. Well, 99% of the nation is still going to go, that's fucking stupid. We're not voting for that. No. Remind me what Kino means. Dragon Quest XI kind of Kino Yulin? It's like the highest quality slice of white bread? Or that's all of Dragon Quest? I think VR chat players should not vote. Can we rob Wells Fargo, though? No, that's where my money is. I need to move it. But, no, we can't rob Wells Fargo. Even though they're shit, even though they're racist, even though they keep getting in fucking trouble for violating workers' rights and, customer rights. Docs. You can sub Kino for base, but, like, only for, like, works of fiction? What's an example of something being Kino? That's the opinion of Twitch. We're going to make it illegal to be homeless. Why making affordable houses? It's already illegal to be homeless. There's literally cities where it's like, you're not allowed to sleep here in public. And it's like, okay, well, where are they supposed to go? Don't know. Don't care. Not here. Can we rob companies since we're paying more and getting less? Thanks in advance. Ryan is exploring with the space taxi. I will sleep on top of building? Oh, you definitely can't do that. That's a fine. Didn't Kino start out the same way Peak Cinema did? What's a Kino? I feel like I've heard Cairo say it before, and I'm like, this is... I want an explanation of it. Keanu Reeves? It's slang that came from 4chan, but it says grand cinematic, especially in regards to cinema or other cultural media. Okay. So, because it's about fiction, we can be like, yo, look at the walk here in BDO compared to like World of Warcraft and Guild Wars 2. These graphics are Kino. I did that for the joke, and I still want to die. Kino is good. I'm sad that I knew that. You sound like a fucking boomer, lol. Kino Keybone. I was trying to do the fellow kids impression. But it hurts so much to do this. Like, I wish I didn't do this. God, Yulin. That was the hello fellow young people meme you did there. This is what the kids call Tom Keck? I feel you, Yulin, I feel you. God. Yeah, that was too embarrassing. This will be my last stream, guys. I'm just gonna go back to playing Satisfactory offline and hope you all forget about me after that. $4.26, we had a good run! France, whatever those kids say nowadays. You kids and your slang with your Linkin Parks and your Limpy Biscuits. I just can't keep up with you anymore. God, that was a joke from like 10 or 15 years ago. I still love it. You kids and your limpy biscuits. Lincoln Parks. Grandpa, that's a bit skivvity of you. Who? What else do I have in my notes? Okay. Okay. Speaking of woke people that are annoying and hate women, an astronaut, her name is Jessica Mayer, she did a post on Facebook. And she was like, hey everybody, here's a picture of me getting ready for my 63,000 meter spacewalk. This is at the edge of the atmosphere in a region called the Near Space Zone. In the Near Space Zone, water boils spontaneously. Good thing I'm in a spacesuit. Very harmless, very like, hey, here's an update of what, NASA is doing. And like, here's a little bit of information about how the fucking stratosphere works. A guy posts on this. And he's like, well, I wouldn't call it spontaneous. The water boils because of the level of pressure that's present in the atmosphere at this region. And like, everybody lit this dude up. Everybody's like, holy shit, this guy is actually mansplaining to an astronaut. Oh my god. And this other guy responds and he's like, it's not mansplaining if it's correcting false information, okay? She spread misinformation, and he's absolutely right. Water does not boil spontaneously at this pressure. It happens every time. And then somebody comes in with a fucking essay. And they're like, holy shit, you two are fucking pathetic. It is absolutely mansplaining. She said nothing wrong, and both of you are fucking idiots and wrong. It is spontaneous. You wanna know why? Because the word has multiple definitions. You are thinking of the standard definition of occurring at random, unpredictably. But the scientific definition, which you should expect a fucking astronaut to use, is that things can occur without an energy input. So water boiling at this pressure without any input of energy is absolutely correct, and the two of you need to go fucking touch grass. And it was just like, god damn. One, that they tried to mansplain an astronaut. Two, oh, that they got so put in their place. You love to see it. I put on my robe and wizard hat. Nerd alert. Poindexter. Damn, new main character. Oh no, dude did a neckbeard moment. Player 2 joined the fight. This coming from an essay writer made it funnier? Well, when I say an essay writer, I just mean he wrote a wall text. I don't know if he was actually, like, that's his job, but... It was, oh, man. Actually, the argument is wrong on both sides, because the Earth is flat. What do you mean the Earth is flat? We know it has a curve, Dehi. It is very clearly a donut. We're on the outer edge, and the inner edge is blocked by the ice wall. The inside of the donut, where the other side, the sky would be other parts of the world, that's where the rich elite live. Well, actually, Ewan, still have energy to be put in it. Ewan, stop mansplaining. Sir, voice-splaining. How dare you mansplain my man's mansplain? Ah yes, fellow hollow donut theorist Chad, let's kiss. Really? Oh my god, I've been waiting for this. I fucking love when people say the Earth is donut shaped. Because it's like, fucking what? How? No. What? No. What I really love is when people look at flight lines and they're like, if you take a flight from this location to this location, you would think they would take the most direct route, right? You would think they would go from here to here. But what actually ends up happening is that they go over the North Pole. Curious how they're lying to you about the shape of the Earth, aren't they? And it's like, yes, that's the most direct path on a fucking sphere, moron. You are literally proving that it's a sphere and not flat. Elon has a pronounced curve? Oh my goodness. Did you ever go to the North Pole? Exactly, you've never seen us eat the hole. God damn it. Oh god. There's a guy on TikTok that loves finding these conspiracy theorist videos. And he just talks down to them like they're fucking children. And every video he starts with, holy shit, I didn't think I could find a super video, and then this dumbass showed up in my feed. It's like every fucking video he does. It's so funny. Here's some bad news. YouTube says it might start putting ads on pause screens. The same shit with Biblically Accurate Angel. I finally got all my drops for Nightingale. Hell yeah. Good job. I now have Dapper Pupper. Blinks what? Yeah, so YouTube, not like a leak, not people speculating, but straight from YouTube, has said, your pause screen is fair game for ads. Which, that fucking sucks. Our video ends here. Thought it would go a bit longer. So you Nightingale-a-ton. Oh no, this video just puts the banner in the wrong spot. Lovely. I hate when I find an error the second time I watch a video and I've already deleted the raw files and I can't just go fix it easily. That shit drives me nuts. I've done it like 2 or 3 times. Sure, Riddle. Oh, here's some big news. That's why you need a fat fuck hard drive. I got one! I got a fat fuck hard drive. It's 6 terabytes now. What I really need to do right now is reformat my solid state and my first hard drive. Hell yeah? Hell yeah. I need to reformat them because my PC just seems to be struggling lately. And I think it's never been reformatted. It's like 6 years old. It just needs a clean scrubbing. The big news from yesterday. I had like 3 or 4 people send me this story. Nintendo is suing Palworld. Pyro, can you get one new? Probably need to scrub it from the SCP shit of work. Bruh. It's very much a bruh. They're like a year late. I didn't understand it, Cairo. They have said Palworld has done blatant copyright infringement and stealing their designs, and that they have damaged their brand with their game being compared to Nintendo. Welcome back. Did you find anything interesting?
Nope. No other ships that you can fly.
Yeah, you can walk on some of them, but if you can go in any of them, I didn't know about it. It sounds like you still can't. It's a patent infringement, not copyright? Okay, patent infringement. They damaged their brand with their game being successful. The brand was damaged before Palworld? Well, I think the idea is, you know, people are comparing our games and saying, you know, fuck Pokemon, this game's way better. And on a business scale, they have encouraged this and enabled this. And essentially, not quite slander, but the big one is patent infringement. Which, I'll admit, there's one or two designs I'm like, that's a little on the nose. That's a little close. There's a wolf in Palworld that looks real similar to a Lycanroc. There was no news on which patent was infringed? Oh. Well, boo-hoo, grow some balls, Nintendo. Nintendo wouldn't have this problem if, instead of trying to make a game every year and just squeeze money out of their fans, they just made good games. They have the fucking budget to do it. Just make a damn good game for once, please. But it's all in Japanese courts, which are much worse than US courts? Yes.
Wow.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I hope Palworld wins. I saw somebody comment saying, like, it's not enough for both to lose. I want Palworld to win. Also, Sario made a cartoon animal that looks similar to one of the 1,000+ you have made. Also, like, have you guys ever seen the Nintendo comparison to the Dragon Quest enemies? Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, Nintendo has a lot of fucking balls claiming like they copied our designs when you look at like one-to-one rips from the Dragon Quest enemies that they have. Fan gave them a ton of good idea. Nintendo, go fuck yourself. Here,
Wow.
have slop.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna do some IRL stuff.
Okay, thank you
Wish
for
ya,
stopping
wish ya.
by.
You have a lovely dream.
Will do. Have a good one.
Boop.
Hi, Yuki. It's now a proxy fight between Nintendo and Microsoft Sony. Oh, God. I'm awake and maybe alright. Hell yeah. Ah. I don't know. I have seen so many good ideas. Oh, did we lose Freya also? I have seen so many good ideas for Pokemon, and they just don't do any of them. Like, I remember there's a guy named J Hall Comics, and he was like, it was a webcomic about like a Pokemon showcase, and this Pokemon fan is like, I don't know why I watch these. They're never going to give us what they want. They're going to give us the same slop game of a 10-year-old collecting 8 badges and becoming the champion. Why do I still play these games? And then it was like, President of Nintendo America being like, hey everybody, we know we said we're going to announce the next Pokemon RPG for, you know, handhelds, but we lied. The next Pokemon game is actually going to be a full-fledged MMO. And it shows the guy, like, watching from home, and he's like, his eyes kind of just open wide. He's just like, what? He's like, not only that, we're going to move away from the standard system of collecting 8 gym badges and becoming the elite champion. That's cool and all, but it's not going to be one standard region. You're not going to go through a single path. You're going to go through gyms, in any order you want. You're going to be able to go anywhere. We got to turn this one down. Holy. It's not way too dank, but it's a little loud. There we go. You're going to be able to go through the gyms in the story in any order you want. And a gym leader will be like, you have 3 badges, then I will use a team scaled for a trainer that has 3 badges. And it shows the guy in his room just going like, holy shit. And it goes, also, I wasn't being completely honest with you before. There's not going to be 8 badges, 8 gyms that you complete through your region. Each region is going to be different. And each gym leader is going to be different based on region. And then it shows the guy watching at home and he's like biting his lip just like, what the fuck did he just say? Hi, Non-Dairy, just dropping in, so hi, cuties. Hi. And then it goes back to the presenter and he's like, that's right. Players are going to be the gym leaders. Progress through battles through tournaments on your region, and you can become one of the gym leaders and create teams that will have automated fights against the player base that are challenging your gym. You'll prepare your teams for, you know, whether how many badges they have, and you'll regularly have to defend your title as a gym leader to keep your slot. And it just shows the door to this guy's room with just a fucking river of cum coming out of it as the guy's like, oh my god! Let me guess, I missed you talking about Nintendo suing Palworld? We were like in the middle of discussing it, Yuki. Of course, take care, God bless you. I was genuinely surprised by the news, but I guess Japanese law is more draconian than I thought. Very much so. They're progressive in some things, but then there's other things where they're just like, alright, to settle this dispute, both of you get your samurai sword. And it's like, what the fuck, huh? Can you mine some water crystals while you're here? God. Just dropping in to say hi, off to work, have a great day, everyone. I hope your day goes fast, Non-Dairy. Hello, Non-Dairy Riddle. I remember seeing that comic. Icy Fire, can you send me a reminder to share the Pokemon comic and neat stuff? Or I guess memes. It is like... This comic idea just lays out some of the coolest ideas for a Pokemon game I've ever seen. And it is crazy to me that they have never done this. And so, one of the things I constantly bring up is gym leaders that scale to you. If you have 0 badges, Brock fights you with a Geodude and an Onix. If you have 4 badges, you're gonna fight a Graveler, an Onix, maybe a Nose Pass, maybe a Kabuto. If you have 7 badges, he's coming at you full force. You're gonna fight an Onix. You're gonna fight a Golem. You're gonna fight an Aerodactyl. You're gonna fight like a full suite of like fully evolved, tough as shit rock Pokemon. But if you fought him with 0 badges, he's like, I'm not gonna fucking crush you. I'm not gonna come at you full force. The whole point of the gyms is you progress through them and overcome trials that are scaled to you. And the closest Pokemon has ever come to that was Scarlet and Violet, and that was just letting you do them in any order. If you still went to the Ice Gym first, he would throw fucking level 60s at you, and it's like, what was the point of coming here first then? This is still the 8th gym. Their copyright is really bad? Yeah. Isn't it a patent lawsuit though? It is a patent lawsuit. I forget the differences between a patent lawsuit and a copyright lawsuit. I just hope Nintendo loses. I still consider myself a Nintendo fanboy, but fuck, I hope they lose this. Palworld was fun. I didn't play it enough, but it was fun. Nintendo should lose? Yeah, but sadly, that's typically not how a court of law goes. The court of law is usually who paid better lawyers that wins. I really hope they lose because they shouldn't be allowed to just do that. Yeah. Now, thankfully, the company that made Palworld, they have a lot of money to work with. They also have Microsoft and Sony backing them. Hi, Matoshiro. So it shouldn't be like, you know, big mega company picking on the little guy. If empowered, I will sell myself to the mouse. Hell no. Ask Daddy Gates for a good lawyer. I saw something recently. Apparently Bill Gates sold most of his stock in Microsoft in like late 90s, early 2000s. If he had never done that, he'd have like $3.4 trillion. Which is like, wait, what? He would literally blow every other billionaire out of the water and be by far the richest person in the world. Technically, he should have, yes. I mean, I don't think it matters what he should have done, right? At the end of the day, he's still like hundreds billionaire, which is more than enough for what he will need for anything. There is no, yeah, he's rich enough. He's fine. Don't forget the success of Microsoft might have partially been because of him selling those. I wouldn't know. I don't know the history of Microsoft that well. So, maybe? Nintendo, haha, will crush them. Mouse, oh boy, time to shove the Wii down some one butthole. Haha. Good lord. Keep the mouse out of this. I do not want Disney getting involved with this. Sony and Microsoft being involved, oh god. Sure. I don't need Disney involved. What else is in my notes? I have two more stories. All big corpos are bad in their own special way. Truly. All big corporations are bad. Small businesses are 50-50. I know that like people like to say, you know, support mom and pop shops over places like Walmart, but there's some nasty as fuck mom and pop shops. The lawyer can help sue. They once had Disney Plus. Can't help sue. Please do not praise billion-dollar company that treats you as a number. Yes. Like people that work in the company, perhaps, but not the company itself. Yeah. Oh man. I fucking hate almost every big corporation. I am so anti-corpo. My dad hates it, because my dad was an executive for a medical transportation company. So he has been on the side of like sitting in the C-suite with the administrators, thinking about how do we get the union to stop being a pain in our ass, right? I very much understand his point of view. I don't think he's like evil, like we gotta take their rights away. He's done a lot of stuff to like help people and, you know, for the good of the company. But he's also had to do decisions. He told me one time where he was like, I had to reduce their healthcare because the company couldn't afford it one time. And it was either reduce their healthcare or go into a situation where we had to, you know, start filing for bankruptcy or fire a lot of people. And it was just like, ugh. Shit like that sucks. I don't know what the right answer is in that situation. Oh, no! I bumped my magnet. I'm pretty sure we were at 4.7? I'm actually not sure on that at all. I know we had enough to finish with this video. I would say reduce the healthcare, to be honest. Yeah. One final stuff, Mouse. Wait there, you have a Disney Plus. Just says a 4.5. I think that's the safest one. I can't set the distance. I can't change like, hey, what is the distance at? That's not something I can set. If it's that bad for people, they just leave, which would have happened anyway if you just laid them off. Well, so here's the thing, Cairo. With this company, they function on a business model that sets themselves up for failure down the line. It's a medical transportation company that bids on contracts with a state. So like, let's say Colorado. Colorado would be spending like $15 million a year on the transportation of medical services, right? This company that my dad worked for would come in and be like, hey, you're spending $15 million. If you pay us $13 million, you'll save $2 million, and we will make it happen in $10 million. So our company will make $2 million profit, or $3 million profit. Did I say 15 and 13? I think it was 15, 13, and 10 million. We'll make it happen in 10 million. We make 3 million profit. You save 2 million because you're not spending 15, you're spending 13. And both of us win, right? Oh yeah, working for a company that bids on stuff like that is actually gambling? Yes. And so they would be like 4 or 5 companies like this that are all bidding from the state. And the state's just like, cool, we're just going to take the lowest bidder. But obviously, you can get too ambitious, right? You can get to like, hey, we'll do it for 10 million. Well, what happens when a big union strike sweeps across the country and all the workers want raises, and now you can't do it for 10 million, you have to do it for 12 million. Well, shit, you're now not making money on this job, which is like, you know, you think of stuff like plumbers, right? You know, plumbers like, pay me $1,000 and I'll renovate your bathroom. If they run into a lot of problems, they don't make money if they're not paid by the hour, right? If they suddenly were going to, if they were going to spend $600 and do it for, and get it paid $1,000, but problems happen and now they're spending $1,200, they're losing money to fix your bathroom. That shit sucks. But this is that scenario happening on a international company level. And so it's one of those things where it's like, I understand his point of view, right? I understand, like, hey, paying the veteran workers of a union more because they're hiring new recruits. So the situation my dad specifically dealt with, they're paying bus drivers $24 an hour to sign on as new employees. If you became a bus driver in a region, you'd get paid $24 an hour. Well, the veterans, the people that had been there for 5 or 10 years, they were getting paid like $23 an hour. And they're like, hold the fuck up. That's not right. Why are the new guys getting paid more than me? Why am I training somebody who's getting paid more than me? You gotta give me a fucking raise right now. I should be getting paid $26 to $27 an hour. And the company is like, yeah, we're operating at a loss if we do that, so we're not going to do that. And they had to promise them, like, hey, look, we literally can't do it now, but we will make it happen in 2 years. And the union was like, fucking no, you're gonna make it happen now. It's a literal gambling contract. I don't like that this was a private sector business. I think this is something that should have been handled by the state. It never should have been in the hands of a private company. Because a private company, clearly it's working on a project so important that they cannot fail, right? They can't just like fail and be like, hey, we're not working with anybody now. We're filing for bankruptcy and walking away. Nobody can get to the hospital now. Nobody can get to their dialysis appointments or therapy. Oopsie. You can't fuck that up. You have to, like, you cannot fuck that up. But, like, it's one of those things where, like, this should not be a private company. It should not. I feel like private companies should only work in luxuries and not, like, human rights that just can't be allowed to fail. I can't believe I bumped my magnet. Oh, I hate that so much. I haven't done that in like 100 days. For-profit hospitals are just as bad? I would say for-profit hospitals are worse. Human rights, is that something that drives my profit? If not, we don't need it. I'd say for-profit hospitals are one of the most evil concepts a human being has ever come up with. medical transportation being a for-profit business is like... It's a step away from the hospital, right? It's still not particularly great. But it feels a step away. It feels somehow better. Icy Fire, I have a question for you. Why did you move to my left from my right? Just out of curiosity. I does want to know. I can't believe I walked into this chapel with a super, like, cinematic view. It's supposed to be this moment where you're talking to the preacher that took care of Sid when he had his memory loss. And there was just a fucking monk there with greased lightning, just chilling there like a fucking Super Saiyan aura, just like, oh yeah, don't mind me. Speaking of, like, workers' rights, human rights, and companies, I saw a story on Reddit the other day. A manager, he was working for this IT firm, right? And they were recruiting for an engineer that knew a specific coding language. And after, like, 3 months of not being able to find somebody, he contacted HR. He talked to HR and he's like, hey, what's going on? Why can we not fill this slot? And HR told him, like, oh, we're trying, we're just not getting any good hits. We've gotten a few people interested in the job, but, you know, they're not good enough. They don't know the coding language we're looking for. And he's like, that's crazy, what's going on? And so he's like, you know what, I think he looks on a few Reddit pages, he goes to Antiwork, and he sees that, you know, most HR human resources divisions of companies are using AI to filter out resumes. And he goes, hold up. Is my human resources team filtering out my fucking applications for the employees I'm trying to recruit with AI? I'm gonna fucking test this. So he literally recreates his resume. He basically copies his resume, changes the name on it, changes a few locations, but it's essentially him applying for the job. And he sends in a resume. And within like 10 minutes, it gets auto-rejected. And he brought it up with the head of HR. And he's like, why the fuck did this resume get rejected? This is exactly what we're looking for. This should be what you consider a perfect candidate, and it was rejected. And they were like, well, let's see. He finds out that the HR team has been using AI, and they had a typo in their filter. Specifically, this IT team, Hypixel, this IT team was looking for an engineer in a web code service called Angular 1. They needed somebody that was proficient in Angular 1. Well, the HR team had applied to the filters. If they don't know Angular JS, reject them. Well, it turns out Angular JS was something discontinued in 2010, and it was related to Angular 1, but something completely different. And so it was literally impossible for anybody to pass this application to get through this resume. And so this manager who was like, this manager who's like, hey, what's happening? You know, we really need somebody. And HR was like, oh, we've been in talks with a few people. They keep failing round 1 of applications. Oh, we talked to this guy. He started looking good, but we found some, you know, kind of red flags. They were just lying to his face. They were just fucking bullshitting. So he exposed all of this. He gets the entire human resources department fired. He basically collects all the information on what happens, goes to, you know, the executive. He's like, this is the shit they're doing that's preventing us from getting these projects done. They are incompetent, and the company was like, yep, get rid of all of them. So they fired nearly the entire human resources department. Which is like, you know, the reason I saw that in anti-work is because fucking hell yeah. We love seeing the rats get purged. Look, I don't think you're a bad person if you work in HR. I just think you're expected to do bad things. And there's a lot of people, there's a lot of good people who become quite villainous for their job. Where did Freya? How are you, Pixel? Icy Fire, where did Freya go? I think Freya disconnected earlier. She's probably walking on her treadmill and listening. We were at 2 Mile. That's why I hate professionalism. Just talk it out. There's some instances where professionalism is quite nice, right? You're making HR sound like cops? I'm so tired. They're not cops. HR is more sneaky than a cop. A cop will punch you in the face and arrest you. HR will lie to your face and then fire you. I wish them well as humans. But maybe you weren't meant for that position. Well, I mean, some people are meant for that position, right? HR is the CIA. HR will always protect the company. If your interests align with the company, they're your best friend. If you become a liability, they are not your friends. AngularJS. Ah, yes. Find me a person who can read ancient texts. Oh, Pixel. Hi, Pixel. Hi, Riddle. My parents were like, hey, we have some friends coming over. And I was like, oh, cool. They were like, yeah, this guy used to do this, and he's retired. And she works in HR for this company. And I was like, oh, a rat. I went, oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I know she's your friend. I just, you know, that kind of slipped out. And they're like, all good. Please don't say that in front of her. And I was like, I will make a strong effort not to. It will not happen. Never, never trust HR. Do not tell them something thinking it's gonna stay in that room. Also, never trust an anonymous quiz. If your company ever gives you an anonymous quiz and says like, hey, you can fill this out, you don't need to put your name on it, you'll be anonymous. They are fucking lying. It is absolutely not anonymous. They know exactly who said what. If I got an anonymous quiz, I don't know how I do it. I don't know if I'd be like, oh, because it's not anonymous, do I be nice and give milquetoast answers? Or do I go fucking hard and insult, like, specific people? And say, like, it's really annoying how this person won't stop picking their nose. And then when they talk to me about it, I'm like, so it wasn't anonymous. And they're like, oh shit. I can see it being absolutely fun to just, like, bait them out. HR aren't human and shouldn't be treated as one. My company lied about that in the most hilarious way. Oh no. Probably because they only have one quiz, only for you. No, they'll usually do, like, a quiz for everybody. Just they know who is saying what. I feel like it's pretty easy to see that it's a quiz for everyone, Yuki, because it'll go out in an email that's CC'd to all, right? So it'll be CC'd to everybody, and, like, if you got it individually, I feel like you'd be a little suspicious, but anytime I had, like, a quiz or, like, test, it was, like, CC'd to 200 people. Never trust HR and fuck the cops. We need to sign in with our ID and still had our managers tell us it's anonymous, by the way. Yeah. There's many ways to find out who, so just assume they know. Yeah. Y'all getting tests? I got a few. I got a few that were like, you know, let's enforce positivity. let's enforce, like, having a good time at the office. You know, we had a few that were like, the winner of this quiz gets a prize and things like that. It was basically, we had some fucking office cheerleaders that were trying to improve morale. Did it work? Let's enforce blunt force trauma. We're almost done. Chernobyl, which zone is this? Is this Eastern Thanalan or Northern Thanalan? It's the one with Camp Drybone. It's sent via email, or you do it on a company device. 99% it's not anonymous. I think the vid said East? It is Eastern. I realized as soon as I asked you, I can just look at my hand. It is Eastern. Oh god, does it end at this cave? Please tell me it ends at this cave. Test was the fucking certificate on the wall from the 23 schools. That line will be cooler than when I graduate. W3 schools? I don't think it ends at this cave. When I get my PC back, I need to do the Coliseum raids? Is that the Arcadian? Or is there a Coliseum, like, in old content? Oh, thank God it ended. Yeah, those Arcadian. Chernobyl. If you were an Arcadian boss, what would your animal be? Insert picture of a, like, Hydrocactar. I have a persona already. Oh god. Close this. I'm gonna guess we did 5.5 miles. That is my estimation of our progress today. Oh. All 3 people I was fucking lurking in are still alive. That's unexpected. It's a mongoose? Hell yeah. Do you yell persona and summon it like it's a persona? Pixel, you're banned. Alright. You guys wait here. Persona! God damn it. Went to his home planet. I'm just switching clothes. Switching avatars. God, I have to scroll down so far in my recents list to actually get to my avatars. Yulin Persona's a Moogle? Fuck you. Yulin went out for milk. Hi, Cairo. Yulin Persona's a bunny. Oh, freedom like one? Loporrit Yulin? God damn it. I don't think I'd be a Loporrit. Maybe a bunny. Maybe. Is that Icy I hear? It is. It is Icy you hear and see. Camera, avatar, trackers, title, lurking. I think we're good to go. Worlds, what time is it? 11:34? Hell yeah. Friends. Drop portal. Grab you guys. Here we go. Well done, Yulin. Thank you. Yulin did the Moogle onesie win. Never. I'm gonna get rid of Kupo. I fucking hate the Moogle thing. I swear to God. Global, I don't see. He was right there. It's 11 a.m. It is 11:35 a.m. I have the sound up at 65. Push that up there. Grab this. Oh, God. Ah. Is it me or minutes wrong? 11:36? That's what I see. Cute one. That music make me want to go to Bonaro and sit on the north side beach. Okay. Oh, I'm comfy. My time was wrong. My time might be off a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if I'm off by a minute or two. I don't know why my PC doesn't resync its clock automatically. Sometimes I'll be starting and people are like, you're starting way early. And I'm like, what? How? I'll even have it in the settings to like resync clock automatically and it just doesn't. It just lies. I have two more stories. One of them is less of a story. One of them is I played Rabbit and Steel last night. It's a lie. No one has ever accused you of being early. I've seen you early, chat. No, they did like 2 or 3 days ago. I started and 3 people were like, what the fuck, you're early? And I was like, no, I'm not. But like Stream Elements was like, you started at 8:59. Yuland hair too short, pom-pom pulling will do. How fucking dare you? I also did need to put this back on. I forget to keep it on when I switch avatars. I was right, you were always late. I am literally always on time. Never late. I might have been early once because my clock was wrong. But I'm never late. That doesn't happen. I can say that never happens because it hasn't happened in the last month. I played... Oh, what the... Can I get this to go away? I can. Played Rabbit and Steel with Core last night. Core, Fradle, and Sleepies. Hi, Fishy! Welcome, welcome, welcome! It was my first time playing with Core with the skin that Etsuko made for me. Apparently we'd never played with that. And it was really fun to see her see my skin for the first time. Oh my god. Etsuko fucking spoiled me so hard with that skin. I've never had something like that. Yulin skin. Don't say it like that. We did a round on normal. I played Ancient with the skin. It took me like 80-70% of the game to like get a working build. My build was not coming together initially. And then I got the green dragon gem. And my DPS went from 700 to 1,800. And yeah, I was the fucking carry at that point. We beat the Moon Rabbit with Sleepy and I doing bonkers damage. Cradle and Core were just like, oh my god, these two. Which is always a good feeling, right? When your friends are just like, whoa, that's so crazy, you're so good. It's like, ah yes, praise me more. I just got her here and heard Bun and Steel. Hi, Roxas. I played for the first time in like 3 months. I was playing last night with my friend Corvu. Normally Corvu would play Final Fantasy XIV on Wednesday and Thursday. But because she's going to TwitchCon, she didn't want to do just one day of Final Fantasy. So she was like, I'm feeling Rabbit and Steel, let's play that again. And I have a friend that made a custom skin for me in Rabbit and Steel. And so she got to see that. I popped off with the Ancient. After that, we went to Hard. And holy shit, all of us were rusty. We were all so fucking rusty. I need to play it again. I looked at their update log, Roxas. They've been putting all of their effort into mod support. And so we're going to get mods for the game, and that's really exciting. I feel like I'd care more if there was like a character update or a new region, new items. I'd care a lot more about that. But mod support is cool. We did one round on Hard. I think we wiped on Hard every time. And then for a final round we wanted to switch it to normal. I played who did I play? I played the thief or assassin. I don't remember what it is in Rabbit and Steel, but the double dagger bunny. And I did the machine gun build. For anybody who doesn't know what the machine gun build is, your secondary hits 3 times. It hits for like no fucking damage. It does like 150 damage total. But it hits 3 times, which makes it a assassin? Okay. That it hits 3 times makes it very, very good for procs. And so I was collecting proc items. I didn't get the Windbite Dagger, which really makes this build insane. But I got a Thunderbow that's like 12-second cooldown. When you get a proc from abilities or items, the cooldown resets. I then got an item that has a 20% chance to proc when your secondary does damage. So a 60% every time I use it. I got another item that's 10% chance to proc every time you do damage. Another item that's like 40% chance to proc when you use your secondary. I basically just had a shit ton of procs connected to my secondary or damage. And I was just sitting there holding my secondary down the whole time. I think my final DPS on the final boss was like 1,800. Which is like fucking hell yeah. I kind of want to open up Rabbit and Steel later today. And just see what like the perfect build would be with a machine gun assassin. Because like Windbite Dagger and then just a ton of proc items would be so fucking bonkers. Mod support keeps games alive. Mod support is all of that. I agree. It's just I'm less excited for mod support than a new character. A new character would be like Risk of Rain 2, where it's like, oh, everybody gets into the game again. Everybody wants to play it. And for 2 weeks, we're just going to play nothing but Rabbit and Steel. Whereas mod support, while cool, I don't think it's going to reignite everybody's like eagerness and passion to play Rabbit and Steel like just a character update would. True, I was hoping a mock battle with Asha. But not official assassin. I took a picture of Asha when I was head patting her. And I sent it to my friend that goes fucking feral for her. He loves the shopkeep so much. And so I took a picture of her and he was like, my wife, she's perfect. I love her. Licking foot emoji. I love her so much. And it was like, bro, calm down. Rabbit and Steel is such a fun time. I only get frustrated with it when I'm... God damn it, I did it again. I only get frustrated with it when I'm playing a game and everyone is very clearly better than me, and I'm the one dying a lot and getting them killed. When that happens, I start getting like, oh, I'm not having a good time. Dude into shopkeeper. Yeah, it's Isures if you wanted to know. If you ever show up in his chat, just be like, you know who's super cute? The shopkeep from Rabbit and Steel, and he will go off for 5 minutes about how perfect she is. If you ever wanted to. The last story I had in my notes was from Kentucky. The Kentucky governor has banned all uses of conversion therapy with an executive order. Which is like, you know, I think Kentucky, I'm like, oh shit, that's a fucking red state. That's gonna be like super conservative. That's gonna be like, oh god, where are they going with this? But banning conversion therapy is actually like really fucking good. I'm surprised you don't play with me and Rabbit and Steel with how bad I play Wizard. You'll never be last. I'm surprised you don't ask me for more for Rabbit and Steel. I just don't think to play Rabbit and Steel and ask. Here's my thing. I don't think to ask people to play games with me. If like somebody's doing something like Lethal Company or Rabbit and Steel, I'll show up and offer, be like, I'd love to play with you if you've got a spot. If not, or you want to run solo, hell yeah, I can watch. But like, if I'm feeling games and there's no one around, I'll play WoW or Satisfactory. I like categorize them as like solo player games, that if I'm solo, I'll go play those. Which really, I should be like, hey, I'm feeling this, you want to play with me? Oh, Isu. Last time we raided him, I was super cute with him. Man, some people are obsessed with their waifus. Anyway, I love you, Yulin, so much. He's such a good yapper and yaps all the time, and he's got such a cute voice. God damn it. He was like, aw, cute. Let it be banned everywhere? True. We should play Rabbit and Steel? I won't play Spell Sword. Attempted Breaker? Core was playing the Spell Sword last night, and she saw the Time-Space Dagger, and she was like, I wish they calculated this for me. I fucking hate this. Alright. So it's the strength of your special divided by the cooldown of this, and oh my god, and it would make my damage go down 20. Okay, not worth. Great. But how will I convert Yulin to my wife? Conversion therapy doesn't work. Here's the thing about conversion therapy. At its best, okay? And that's a crazy fucking thing saying at its best. But at its best, it's a standard therapy session with a psychiatrist who has thrown away all of their training and is going against what they were taught in school, because they were taught conversion therapy doesn't work. It's not good. And this therapist is going, nah, but I can make it work. I'm better than centuries of psychology. I can actually do it. And going against their teachings and gaslighting a patient, that's conversion therapy at its best, okay? What Dehi is talking about is conversion therapy at its worst. When your parents abduct you, throw you in the back of their car, bring you to a church, they tie your hands behind your back with a phone cord, and then your parents and the deacons beat you to an inch within death with bats and sticks, until you say, I'm not gay, please stop hitting me. You know what? I think I'm not gay anymore, just please stop hitting me. That's conversion therapy at its worst. There is no situation where conversion therapy actually works, is actually good. People want it to work because, well, shocker, people hate gay people. But it never does. Conversion therapy is bad in all situations. I'm in a Nightingale or fighting game mood. Rarely do I find people who want to fight, so yeah. Not like this. Yeah. Sorry if that got a little like, oh geez, what the fuck? This is not a happy topic. That's not conversion therapy? They just want to beat kid? No, that is conversion therapy, Riddle. I think you're making a joke there, but that is 100% conversion therapy. It's not good. It's they think they're helping. It is not like, I just hate this kid and I want to beat it. It's indoctrination into a cult, and we think this helps, we think this saves them. I smug. Let's find people who like conversion therapy and apply it to them. What the fuck? Who came up with this? Cults? Conversion bad, not gonna lie though. I thought of math when you first said conversion, and I was like, yeah, I hate conversions. Conversion therapy is going to therapy for the trauma of doing too many conversions for homework. Good lord, Pixel. No, I have a hot fucking take on conversion therapy that I'm not gonna go particularly into now. I think it's very easy to say conversion therapy bad. It should not be applied. The problem is when we start applying it to other things, right? So we can all agree conversion therapy is bad. Behavioral therapy is bad for, making someone not gay. But what about when someone... I said I'm not going to go into it, and I'm fucking going into it. What about when somebody is into something illegal? Like, they really enjoy stealing. They enjoy kleptomania. Can you apply conversion therapy to them to get them to not like stealing and not want to steal? I would say no. You need to instead teach them discipline and, have ways to, not want to steal. You need to make them, I don't know, fucking get into RP or something. Find some way that makes them less likely and not want to actually steal from people. But, conversion therapy and behavioral therapy do not work on that. What happens when someone is sexually into children? Does conversion therapy work on that? I don't know. I don't know. I'm not qualified to speak on that. But to me, it's the same line of logic of this person is sexually into something that we don't like, gays. So we're going to try and therapy it out of them, and we can all agree it doesn't work. Well, this person is sexually into something that we don't like, children, and we can all agree, okay, that's bad. But when we said conversion therapy doesn't work here, it's now not appropriate to say it works here. And we need to find different solutions. Line up the parents and the therapist, and I got your conversion therapy right here, Brick. So we should apply conversion therapy prisoners. Good lord. Conversion doesn't work because it's the same as torture. There are other ways to tackle behavior issues? Yes. Yes, 100%. But anytime somebody who's let's say somebody is a sex offender, they are attracted to children. Anytime you ask what's the solution, they go, send them to therapy. And I'm like, okay, well, that sounds like behavioral therapy. That sounds like conversion therapy, which I don't think just sending them to therapy is the right answer. And usually I get a lot of pushback for that. Usually I got who the fuck cares? They're a pedophile. We should fucking kill them if it comes to that. And I'm like, oh, okay, calm down, slow down, Jesus. Sometimes they say kill them. Yeah, which I'm like, slow the fuck down, dude. Hi, Violet. CBT is not the same as conversion therapy. I think you're crossing wires here. I would need to look more into it. Obviously, I feel like there should be some therapy, right? I feel like there should be surgical castration. Oh, I'm in favor of base violence. I don't like the idea of hey, let's change a person's behavior with therapy. To me, that is conversion therapy, which, maybe I need to look more into CBT, is that clinical behavioral therapy? Maybe it is effective. I see applying conversion therapy to gays, and I see people trying to do the same thing to very clearly wrong and illegal things. I'm like, it didn't work here. Why is it working? Why do you think it'll work here? Surgical castration? I don't think that's the answer. Gladiator-style prison fighting should be reintroduced? No. These are human beings. What time is it? 11:55? I woke up so fucking early today. I hate waking up early, guys. Normally I wake up at like 7:30. You take 1 hour away from me and wake me up at 7, I'm like, grr, I'm grumpy. Oh, you're saying we need an all-around answer. Gotcha. I'm not saying we need an all-around answer. I'm saying these two things are too similar. I'm saying you cannot apply conversion therapy to people that are gay, and you cannot say this doesn't work, this is wrong, that's evil, and then you say like, oh, but this person is into kids, we'll do the same thing. Do the same thing with them. And I'm like, hang on. You said this doesn't work here with this thing that you support. Now when it's something you don't support, you want to do the thing that you said doesn't work. That's hypocritical. If the person does something once, there's a high chance there will be a second. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I don't think that's enough to condemn someone to fucking castration or death. I think we should find methods that reduce that chance of it happening a second time. Sometimes people are broken by another person, maybe somewhere inside. While I sympathize, we can save more people from being broken by that same person who is breaking other people's rights. For this reason, I am for capital punishment. All I meant in the case of pedophiles. I almost forgot about taxes. Again, I think you're misunderstanding the difference between real therapy and conversion practice. Conversion therapy is just a war crime that doesn't work. Maybe I should just read up on it more before I talk about it. I don't like it when people say, this person's into children, just send them to therapy. Maybe, because to me that looks like they're talking conversion therapy. Maybe we can change behavior. At which point, doesn't that mean I'm wrong about conversion therapy though? Hi, Alex. Because I've always read that you can't get the gay out of somebody with therapy. You can't convince them that they shouldn't do that. It's part of who they are. And so you need to find ways for them to not, with gays, you can't like take that away from them. You can't make them not gay with therapy. And so if somebody has preferences, if somebody has kinks and they're fucking wrong, they're cursed kinks, I don't see therapy as like something that's like, hey, get this out of them. Make it so that they're not into that anymore. I feel like if somebody's into, let's say, children, you need to find other methods. You need to like, which is kind of why I'm in support of like lolly art. Not that I go for it myself at all, but if it doesn't hurt anybody, I'm okay with it existing as a tool for them to vent it. All therapy is about changing your behavior. Conversion is more about denying that a part of you is even real. So why wouldn't they just be applying that conversion therapy to this though? I suggested other method. But conversion therapy is you doing it against your will. Conversion therapy is just a war crime. What about people who don't put their shopping carts up? The shopping cart test is a measure of if somebody's a good person or not. Therapy is more making you realize that you have a problem and you wanting to fix that. But I think what I have an issue with, you don't see anything wrong with that, therapy won't work. CBT is cognitive behavioral therapy. Send it to you so you can research later. Okay. If somebody... if somebody's into something illegal, and you just say, send them to therapy so that they can fix them, not necessarily. In actual therapy, you learn more about why you want to act or think in certain ways, understanding yourself in order to voluntarily change. And all therapy isn't the same. See, so I'm definitely like, there should be some therapy, right? I have big deck. There are many types. I just don't think therapy is going to be the only solution. And I don't like it when people are like, send them to therapy to change them. That's what I don't like. What will we do with the people that are into NTR? Nothing. It's not a crime. Just therapy will never work. I will never see CBT as cognitive behavioral therapy. Admittedly, I'm kind of the same. I read CBT and I was like, the first thing was like, the treatment. I was like, not that one, not one, the other one. I read it as clinical, but it's cognitive. I don't know. I'll read up on it more. Want to down some CBT? No. I need to read up on it more. You understand my point though, right, Sir Noble? You understand where there's people that are like, conversion therapy is bad. You're born gay. It's not something that you can change with therapy. You have to deny that part with, beat it out of them or just get it out of their system. And that's like, okay, well, what about somebody who's into something illegal? And it's like, hey, that thing I said that doesn't work 5 minutes ago, do that to them. It's like, what? What are we even talking about here? Shut the fuck up, Dehi. Oh my god. What were my notes today? Manager fired his entire HR team because they were using AI to reject candidates. Kentucky governor bans conversion therapy with executive order. Nintendo is suing Palworld. Rabbit and Steel working on mod support. World of Warcraft adventures. They did surgery on a corn. No Star Wars because Huntera's sick. Took my parents to the airport this morning. Astronaut Jessica Mayer was getting mansplained by some loser on Facebook. Deep Rock Galactic. Fuck, I couldn't mute in time. YouTube says it might start putting ads on pause screens. I don't know if I still blame VR chat for making me gay. I understand your concern, but I think the concern is incorrectly connecting a false practice with a real one with science behind it. You don't understand it then. What I don't like isn't necessarily the therapy, Sir Noble. What I don't like is when people are hypocritical and they say, do this or don't do this because it's okay to be gay and you cannot change someone from that behavior. And then they go, oh, but this thing that I don't like, do that same thing. That's what I have a problem with. Did surgery on a corn. We should treat people like animal breeding games. If they roll stats we don't like as a society, kill them and try again. No, shut the fuck up, I see. Bless you, so cute. Bless you, my goodness. Oh my god, I can't stand it when I fail to mute. I think that hypocrisy stems from people not wanting death to be the solution. People aren't hardly killed for crimes anymore. The only option left is to try to change the mentality and release them again. I don't like capital punishment, Violet. If someone's a big enough problem, just separate them. I don't like killing people off just because... I mean, there's exceptions, right? There's people that, obviously Hitler. Hitler affected so many lives negatively that there is no redemption. There is no possible chance. Even if he did, he could never make up for it, right? But if a guy killed 20 people, that's awful. That's horrible. That is so bad, and he's put so much pain and suffering in this world. But even someone like that could redeem themselves. It's like... I don't know, if somebody commits a crime, obviously I don't want to give them the opportunity to do it again. I want to give them the chance to be better and help people without giving them the chance to go and hurt people. So 21 is the limit then. Nintendo's suing Power World kicked out. They had it coming. Made too much money and everyone was calling it Pokemon with guns. By the way, Chernobyl, if I sounded really sassy there, I don't really mean to. I love you, Chernobyl. This guy with some great muffin is why I'm still system based. Pretty sure that's eugenics. The Macedonians would be proud of you. I see fire. Rehabilitation is a thing. We use it to help people correct behaviors that cause harm. Therapy is a tool used for it. No, I'm not taking it personally. The Spartans did eugenics and no one bats an eye. Then in Austria in the 1930s pushes the idea and everyone loses their mind. Stop. Stop. Oh my god. It was wrong when the Spartans did it. It's wrong when anyone does it. I don't know. I know there's a guy on death row in Texas right now that a lot of people are saying are innocent. And it seems like he's just tied up in red tape, and even though there's a lot of proof saying he's innocent and there's a lot of circumstantial evidence that says he did it, they're still proceeding with the execution like this week or something. And it's like, man, that shit sucks. Obviously, neither side supports that. How many shootings could we have prevented if the concept that would lose your life within 2 years of committing the offense? How much less glamorous? And for repeat offenders killing an entire family, being released and doing it again, being released and doing it again. How often does that happen where somebody goes and kills 10 people, gets released, and goes and does it again? We see stories of a guy commits a murder, one murder, and then spends a bunch of time in prison. And then, you know, he gets out and he goes and kills again, right? We see that story somewhat frequently. Well, I say somewhat frequently. Even that story is like once every 5 to 10 years. How many people would we kill where it's like, oh, this guy did a bad thing? Well, let's put him down so we can prevent it from happening again. At what point are we just killing more people than all the people would have? Because put it this way. If there's 10 people that go to jail for murder, and one of them goes, they all get rehabilitated, they all get released from prison, and then one of them goes and recommits. Is the solution, oh, if somebody commits murder, we gotta fucking put them down then? Well, isn't that 10 murders against one murder? Like, doesn't that seem kind of wrong? Oh god, what is the conversation here? Capital punishment. I'm against capital punishment within limits. You know, people like Hitler, that guy's gotta go. There's no redemption for that. Alright, Siri was a bitch. There is eye for an eye. I do not like eye for an eye. High pro diggity. There is an extent that's like, yeah, we can't redeem this person. But at worst, I feel like with I seen Monster, I feel like in most scenarios, just life in prison. Just keep them separated. You always pick the most touchy topics because no one else will. No one else talks about them. Dude, you talk about like, hey, there was a law passed in Kentucky, and like most other streamers would be like, whoa, Kentucky law? That sounds like politics. We don't do that here. I'm okay with talking about it so long as we don't get to the point of like, hey, if you believe this, you're fucking loser, right? If we start insulting the other side, right? You guys know I'm gonna vote for Kamala Harris. You guys know I fucking hate Trump. But I'm never gonna be like, you have to be a fucking racist piece of shit to vote for Trump. That kind of like mentality, that's what I disallow. There was a guy who came to a 70-year-old couple's house. He had an appointment. When she opened the door, he immediately shot her in the head. In his rage, her husband destroys him with the trowel he had. When the sheriff showed up, he thanked the husband because the guy was a 12-time repeat offender for the same thing. She survived miraculously? Okay, 12-time repeat offender. again, that kind of goes with what I said, where it's like, if they go and repeat once or twice, I would say repeat once. That's where it's like, okay, clearly we're not fixing this guy, right? If he's going and murdering people at their doorstop, and he has been 12-time repeat offender, is that like he had killed 11 people like that, or 12 people like that, and they hadn't caught him? Or is that he killed one person, went to jail, let go? Killed one person, went to jail, let go. Killed one person, went to jail, let go. Either way, I see his death as justified in this situation, Violet, and I don't really think this situation works. Because if he's killed 12 people, and then the husband killed him, that's just self-defense. You know, I don't think you can particularly blame the husband for, like, even if it's like, you know, the guy had surrendered, the dude just lost his wife, right? Fucking, I feel like some anger is a little, allowed in the situation. Killed, jailed, released 12 times. I want a fucking source on that. Because that seems fucking impossible to me. That's like, how the hell does this guy get jailed for murder 12 times and released? I feel like you murder somebody, you should be in jail for 10 years. If you kill somebody again and you get jailed for it again, that should be life in prison. That is a system error where somebody kills 12 times and gets released each time. That is like, that is the system failing. Hello. Been on their prison system sipping coffee in the background. Stealing for your family because you can't afford the food anymore? Fuck you, human rights. Too many criminals for life in prison? Yeah, and most of those are from, like, weed, which shouldn't be a crime, Finland mentioned. Even Jesus say eye for an eye, I'm telling you, turn the other cheeks. Yeah, but I don't believe in the Bible or Jesus, Riddle. Okay, pink-haired boy, snowflake. Yeah, I'm not voting, but mine would be for Trump. I think that's a little crazy. But, you know, I don't think... I understand why you dislike Kamala more. Bro had unacceptable KDR. Yes, how often do jailed people who commit what used to be capital offenses commit the same crime? I did, and you gave me one example. You gave me, this happened with one guy. And I'm like, one, there's no way that's happening constantly. That's not like, you know, 100 people a year go and like get their 10th kill after getting prisoned each time. That is like, what the fuck happened with this guy that led to this situation? Guys, I want to kiss you, you gay. Don't kill him. Give to me. I may have some experiment I could try out. Did I lie if I hear one? I have no idea what Riddle's talking about there. Lesser of two evils in my eyes. Why is Freya so very cute? What are you talking about, Riddle? I think they both suck. But, like, there's a degree of narcissism, of, like, childishness to Trump that's like, this guy should not be let anywhere near politics. The story that is going around now is that in an interview, he was like, the debate was bullshit. They challenged me on everything. They didn't challenge her once, not even once. Not true, they challenged her on one or two things. And every time they challenged me, the crowd was in an uproar. The crowd was, you know, on my side. There wasn't a crowd. And it's just like, this guy's delusional. This guy can't be allowed to, like... He shouldn't even be allowed to run. Freya, may I please cuddle you? I don't know if Freya's gonna let you cuddle you. You can cuddle me, Nick, but you have to get on VR chat for that. I think I know where we're going today. There's somebody who is live, who is never live at this time. Oh, are they not live anymore? Fuck. She was doing an IRL stream earlier. Wait, do I not have her in my... I had to have her there. Oh my god, I don't think I have her in my Chatterino. Wait, we're supposed to ask first? Oh no. Most people are supposed to ask first. Some of you just have an open invitation. That man must be somewhere outside the city on his farm. Are we going home? Fitz. I think the cat girl is catatonic. She's desktop. You can't make fun of desktop users like that, Snow. You don't like the guy, but in my eyes, he's the better pick. In my eyes, there is in no situation where he's the better pick. Good strim. Exhibits cry for me. Nix. Oh my god, Bits. I fucking love Bits. Hi, Nixor. Oh no. Win VR chat. I want my fucking cuddles. You'll cuddle Nixor. Damn it. Okay. I thought Lele was live. I thought I saw her doing an IRL stream. If Lele's not live, we have another good target. We have one of our favorite people. I always would cuddle Nix. What does he have that I don't, Bits? What the fuck? Actually, he has a lot that I don't have. I completely understand. Nix is really nice. He's always positive. He always tells you you're nice and wonderful. He's always the big spoon and gives you head pats. He has giant fucking tits. I get it, Bix. You know, I joke about, what does he have that I don't? A lot, okay? He has a lot that I don't have. I fucking hate this menu thing. Big deck? No. Tits. Does he have a fat ass? It's pretty fat. Nix, do you work today? Are you working today, Nix? I do. Fuck. I just want to cuddle Nix. Your avatar is so very cute too, Ewan. Thank you. This room is such a, like, good picture. And then the fucking TV pops up and you're like, man, that fucking ruins it. Can I make it go away? Is there a fucking TV button in here? No. Man. That window would have been perfect, but whatever. We'll do this one. Anchor world. Oh, Bits like the attention? I do. Yes, Turtle, I'm an attention whore. Oh, he'll tell you that right away. There's the socials. / raid. We're going to Jack. Did I get the right one? I did. Win next time. Your avatar is so very cute. Thank you. Next time. Your lack of pupils makes you look soulless? Like a true femboy? What the fuck? In the case of proven first-degree murder or premeditated murder, allowing the offender to live suggests that their life is more valuable than the lives they affected simply because they still have it. I don't necessarily agree. I got a shower. Just come join me, Vits. Oh man, Dream Shelter reference? What was a Dream Shelter reference? Did I hear I See Fire? Maybe earlier. Every time I see a heart or Kingdom Hearts, I'm like, oh, you in Dream Shelter because you kept talking about it. Thank you, Ewan. Love you. Jack or Jack off. Jack off. What the fuck? Thanks for streaming you. I'm going to spam your DMs the next 3 to 4 days. I can't wait. That being said, thank you everybody for keeping me company. We did probably 5.5 mile. I actually bumped my magnet and reset the distance. no Star Wars today, and no VR chat tomorrow. That being said, I love you. Bye.